All right, chat. All right, so welcome back. We got day 4 of our esports tryouts. I'm feeling a little bit sick today, or this week. I've been kind of feeling sick. I feel a little bit better, but energy's still kind of low. Still kind of recovering, so bear with me. We're gonna try and get this as smooth as possible. So we're trying to set up a scrim. You guys are part of the community Discord. First link down below. We're in the scrims channel, and if you guys want to get a part of that, you're on the stream, you want to be a part of the scrim, join the Discord and look in the scrims channel. We need, I think, 2 more players now. So we have the guys that are gonna be on my side. I already have that figured out. Hang on a second. All right, so we're looking for, hang on a second. All right. So I'm trying to get the guys on my side first, and then we have to figure out who can coordinate the opposite team, because I don't have my guy in tonight. Kind of need somebody else. Oh, he won't let you join. That's not great. So, wait, it should. Oh, it actually, never mind, it doesn't. I've got to, yeah, because I made my shit fucking invite only. All right, now you should be able to join if you're in the stream and you're on my side. Let me just invite him. You can accept that. So I need one of you guys on the opposite team if you're in the stream to basically host if you can. So that, because I usually I had somebody in, but he's not around tonight. I don't know if there's a way any of you guys can stream it too, so I can see what's on the other side. I mean, it doesn't really matter if you tell me. You don't have to stream, but if you just tell me, hey, we're full, or we're waiting on this guy, that's fine too. I don't really care, but just kind of keep, you know, up to date if you can. But basically, yeah, we need a right winger on the opposite team. That is if everybody still stays, and then we need another G. If there's anybody in stream that's in that could play G, that'd be great. See, who else do we need? All right, we have all the right guys here. Yeah, so everybody on my side is good. We just need the other team to be filled. If we don't have enough guys, which I'm assuming we should be able to just get a few more guys, right? I mean, it's fine, right? We can then do a 6v6 scrim and do that thing again. The way we're gonna do it this time around, I'm not gonna kick anybody out this time, because we had an issue obviously last time where we didn't have enough guys to fill in when I did kind of push guys out. You know what I mean? So we're gonna do it a little bit different. The goal is still to perform better than the guy opposite you, right? And then if you do better, or you perform well, better than the guys on my team, then you can switch, right? The only thing we're gonna do is like switch teams, but I'm not gonna kick anybody out. We're gonna see how that goes. And obviously if somebody leaves or we have guys waiting, then every couple games or so, if you're on the opposite team and you've been in for a little while, the guys on my team can pretty much stay the entire time. I mean, that's kind of like the privilege of being on this side. But if you don't perform and you get switched out or to the opposite team and then somebody else wants to play, then that's kind of how you would lose a spot then. At least, and you know, I feel like that would probably be better than the way we did it last time. So it looks like one of the guys is coordinated on the opposite team. I mean, yeah, you don't have to stream it if you don't, you know, want to. But all right, so hey, I got to figure out who's. Let's see. Also, too, if you want to be a part of like the esports grind, I'm only going to give you points if you signed your name up in the esports tryouts. So last time we had, I think, a few guys that weren't signed up, so I didn't give them any points. Basically, if you're new to it, it's kind of like a grind, you know, to earn points, essentially. Like if you perform well at your position, whatever, and at the end of the night, if you're, you know, you did really well, you would earn a point. If you're on the opposite team and you finished on the opposite team, you would earn like a half point. That's kind of how I did it. Obviously, and then there's like a leaderboard in terms of who's leading at each position, and then after a while, I don't really know a set time frame in the future, but sometime in the future, the guys that are leading each position would essentially be, you know, potentially like first for it would be like the, you know, the guys starting essentially, well, not really starting, but like moving on to the next phase, getting the first dibs on the next kind of phase of the grind. Really, that's kind of how I want to do it. Again, the way we're doing it here, though, you know, it's not 100% on just like you have to perform well. You know, there's kind of a commitment to the grind is kind of what I'm looking for. How many times you show up. So we're seeing a lot of the same type of faces, right, showing up. It tells me these guys are committed, they're available to play, and then the last thing I look at then is your skill. So right now we're not really necessarily looking at too much of like, you know, how you're performing really, but it does kind of you know, need to be seen a little bit. But yeah, so we're good on this side. Got to check in with you guys on the opposite side to see, and then we could always give out a code once everybody is set. So whoever is leading on that opposite side, kind of give me a little bit of a heads up on what's going on if you can, like when you get a chance, if you're in the stream, hopefully, right? It looks like one of the guys is. Plus, yeah, there was an update to this game, right? It kind of looks a little bit cleaner presentation wise, right? We get to see our player banners and stuff, like, you know. So okay, you know, you're kind of doing a little bit, EA, but like we're paying $70 for that, or actually, I don't even know what, it's like $80 now, ain't it? Actually, more than that, depending on which edition you got. This is the build that I'm rocking. 6'2", 180-pound defenseman. I already dropped the builds video for season 3 builds. Missing 3 guys. Who you missing? If you're on the opposite team, you're in the stream, and you're not in, add Lamonte. Is that how you pronounce it? Hopefully. Yeah, so I'm not gonna play too long tonight, just because, you know, I'm kind of tapped out. The whole, you know, I went into work every single day this week. I was kind of sick a little bit, so kind of want to rest up, not play too long. But you know, we'll keep it going. If I can make it to work, I can play a few games of Chell, right? Like, come on now. So yeah, this build has been working out. Played the first week of Caps Gaming, so our party is kind of rolling. Okay. Streaming it in the Discord. Okay. I mean, I could check up in that on that, I guess. Is that on this one? Watch the stream. Okay. So you guys got 3 guys. You need 3 more. Who you Who you guys missing? He's missing the centerman, so let's see. I need Chrome. Let's see, Chrome. And make sure when you selected a position, make sure you select the actual position. So if you're in on the list at left D, make sure you're playing left D, or if it's right D, you're playing right D. Don't just hit skater or defenseman or whatever. Make sure you're actually playing your spot. See, there is a whole setup thing here that's just gonna take a little bit of time here at the start. Hopefully you guys have a little bit of patience watching, you know. Although if you're watching and you want to get in on this action, if there's guys that don't show up, you know, we need yeah, we still need 2 more guys, right? Okay, so let's see here. Plus, I don't know exactly if your guys' names match. I'm just sending out a... So yeah, if you guys are in chat, you want to play. If you're on TikTok, go to my YouTube channel page. If you're not already part of the community Discord, get into Discord and then basically go over to the Scrims channel and put your name in so that we know you're trying to play. Two guys, right? So we hopefully I think hopefully once we get going it won't like delay so much, you know. Again, I think setting up is the toughest thing, right? Anybody who plays League fucking understands that one. But this one takes up to like a whole nother notch because it's like technically we weren't ready. But I mean, what do you do, you know? Because like that's the thing, I don't want to just let anybody join, right? Technically, we want guys that are trying to you know, join the esports team. You know, it's not just a matter of filling. In this case, you know, we could do that. But I would like to get a system going where it's like, okay, if you sign up to play tonight, you better make you better damn well freaking, you know, make it then, or tell me that you can't make it. Now it's like we're trying to scramble to find guys, and it's like, well, if you're not trying to actually play, why did you say you could, you know? So, okay. So, yeah, I don't know. I've still showing only 3 guys on the opposite team. So, you guys got to add Lamonte if you're on the opposite team. Currently, we have left wing, I believe left D, and then I don't know, or it looks like both defensemen are filled. At this point, just fill a squad up, because now I don't even know if the guys that initially said they were going to play are even going to play. So if you're on TikTok and you want to play, go to the YouTube channel page. I'm also streaming there if you would rather watch on that side. But probably a better view. Join the community Discord if you're not already a part of it. There's a link down below. On the YouTube live stream, you can also find on my main channel page. That'll get you into the Discord, and then we're currently in the Scrims channel. You can put your name in. So again, my side's already filled, you know. So you guys got to join the other guy. You got to join Lamonte He's in there. Or Lamont. I don't even know how you say it, bro. Hopefully I'm saying it right. Lamonte. If you're on the because at this point you see my stream, right? So you see my team's filled, you know. So don't ask to join me. You know what I mean? It's already filled. So if you wanna, I don't even know, it's tough because we got like 3 different chats going. One in Discord, one. Hang on. I don't even know. The problem is, right, everybody's got different names too, so I have no idea who's guys in chat trying to play and guys on TikTok. I don't know. And initially we only needed what, 2 more guys, and now it looks like we need what, 3 more guys. Just add me, okay. So at this point, if you join his lobby, just play anything, you know, that you, I guess, ideally want to play. We need 2 more guys now. I can see the other guy's team. Now again, we're doing this to avoid scrim or to avoid pubs, right? Like I don't want to go into pubs. I'd rather us actually scrim each other. I think it would be a greater chance of it being more competitive, I guess. Pubs, it's like you roll a dice. I mean, you still kind of roll the dice here, but yeah, if you're trying to play later, I mean, you'll be able to rotate in if we are still going. We should be, you know, we should be still going. But if the guys on the other team drop, then it's like we're just gonna have to switch the pubs and do it the other way. 'Cause, yeah, I have no idea. There's guys in YouTube chat. I don't even know if you guys. Yeah. Wait, so who's the other guy that you need besides a G? You guys, yeah, you guys need the center, and you guys still need a G then. Maybe if I do that, somebody will just basically respond to it. I don't know, bro. This is... Definitely a bunch of teams looking to scrim right now. I mean, I'm not trying to just go in and scrim, to be honest, against other guys. Like, we could do it against like a CHL team. No, I mean, there was a whole plan that I had in terms of like when we would eventually commit to, you know, like once I committed on at least first line of guys, right? The guys leading each position would I would eventually take 2 scrims against other LG teams, whether that be literally anything. It could be NHL, AHL, CHL, whoever's basically looking. Right now, if we went in, I'm not saying we wouldn't perform. It's not the most, it's not the ideal way. All right, we need this is crazy. Everybody's switching positions now. I have no idea who we need. Man, this is insane. I'm already fed up. Need a G in the center, and then I look, and now the center's filled, and then lefty is not. So you still need a G. Okay, so Mantis, if you're here, could you go G on the other team? Can you add Lamonte? I think that's how you spell it. I'm kind of working the Discord right now, chat, so I'm like looking there right now. Yes, we need I don't even know. I think we need defenseman now and a goalie. So I think we got Mantis who could play G on the other team. Now we just need yeah, this other guy. Sorry, chat. It's gonna take a little bit. I gotta set it up better, man. I wish I wasn't sick the entire fucking week. I would have spent a little more time on it. Like Monday, I wasn't too bad, and all of a sudden, like Tuesday hit me. And it's like, fuck. I don't know if like the best way is like. I mean, I don't even know. I have no idea how to set it up better. But it's like I'm like, hey, who wants to play? And then it's like, okay, 10 people are like thumbs up. All right, so we got almost enough guys, right? I'm not even sure if that was how many guys that did initially respond, but then it's like, okay, you know, you can't really start the list any sooner, right? I mean, you could do it, you know. I think he's got it. All right, thank you. All right, so we should be good now. Should be good now. Let's stop watching that because I feel like I'm gonna lose a lot of shit. Yeah, so if you're on the opposite team, you gotta be LG. You know, you gotta have an LG build, basically. You can't use anything that's banned. At this point, if you have any hopes of even joining esports, you should know that by now. I'm just gonna say. You should know what's banned and what isn't at this point. If it's foreign to you, it's gonna be a tough time. We're gonna go with a code. Same code as we did before. 3-4-3-4 any. Grudge match off. Any side, whatever. And it still shows it on. There we go. New game, new glitch. Except this has been in the game for a little while. Once we have it, we should be good. How long did it take us last time to set up? 30 minutes? Still taking us that now. What's the skill level like in esports compared to LG, AHL, CHL? Personally, I would say Contenders Division, probably AHL. Maybe ECHL. Probably you want to be at least on par with AHL guys. And then main division guys is NHL. Basically, that's who you're playing against. If you have any hopes of winning main division, you've got to be able to stand toe-to-toe with NHL players. Because that's essentially what they're playing. Not every esports player plays LG. I've taken the last 3 seasons off now. 2-3 seasons. Good to go. Okay. So now we lost somebody. What happened? As I look and all of a sudden we lost Vasana. Maybe he lagged out. Or maybe the thing's broken. Who knows? We're waiting for so long. The DR could possibly crash out. Alright, so we'll... Yeah, so you know the code then. 3434. Alright, hopefully we can actually get into some games, right? Like that's like the whole idea here. Haven't played LG in 4 years. Yeah, I started back in 23. Around this time, actually. So it's been 3 years of basically playing competitively. Only about a year playing esports. So I know pretty much a general idea of what's like how you want to play. All right. So we are spinning. Let's just make sure that I can't see exactly what you guys had, but 3-4-3-4 any side server selection. Grudge match has to be off. Sometimes it could still be on. So in case we're not finding each other, just check to make sure that's there. Any tips for people just starting out? A lot of it is just kind of repetition. I would select a position that you want to play. Get a feel for the builds. And then just kind of grind one position for a while. Where I would personally say you should probably play offense first, and then kind of play defense when you get the idea of what you're doing. Because if you just play defense right at the start, you're probably not gonna do all that well. All right, so we got ourselves a lineup here. If you guys are in this here and you are not a part of the Esports Tryouts channel, like your name is not signed up or whatever on the Esports Tryouts channel, nothing we do here will go towards that. You have to let me know exactly what position you're playing that you want to try out for, and then your EA name tied with that, because it could be different from Discord and stuff, right? So that when I go back here and I see who's signed up, I can cross-reference that. That's what I'm doing. If your name is not listed in the Esports Tryouts channel, nothing you do here matters. Just as an FYI, you could do it at any point. Just make sure you do it, relatively soon, so that when I go back, I can see. All right, so here we go. Let's see how we do, guys. We're gonna play a very basic game here, back and forth. Get a feel of how we play. Kind of playing with the guys that we finished with last time. The guys that were on my team. So we'll take a look. Nice, good step rotation there. Yep. Yeah, see how we move the puck? Working it down low. Out in front, looking for a shot. Rebound. Big save twice by Mantis. Let's take a look and see what the other team can do. All right. Ideally, I want both teams to try and simulate a trap at the blue line. I want the defenseman to be able to carry it a little bit. And then we'll take a... Ooh, rebound out in front. Bouncing puck. Good forecheck there. You guys can press if you guys are in a position to do so. So, like here, obviously we can't, right? But, up and chase. I mean, ideally... Oh. That's on me. Quick transitions when it makes sense. See if you can find a little cut play. I can already feel like a little bit of lag. I was a little bit slow there. Still kind of warming up though, but yeah, I can't even move the puck quick. Save down a rebound. I got middle. Pressure down low. I'm going to take middle lane. Pass out in front. Splitting the defense. It was green. Good play there. Good cut. Good transition, right? So if we're back, right, ideally the team... Ooh, that was a pass right there. That defenseman had a pass, I think, to Twist there. I don't know if he's center or not. I was a little bit slow on that. Tip would be go watch all of Hack Attack's tutorials. Got me into it. CHL roster. And I guess that's one way of looking at it. Let's go green team. Okay. All right. That's awesome. I mean, yeah, you can cheer for whatever you want, right? Ideally, we want the other team to try and pressure the guys on my team, right? I just got beat around the bend. Let's see here. Are they going to push or are they going to trap? Trap defense, you can see. So I have to carry it and find a pass kind of late when there's space that opens up. Working it down low. We'll see kind of like the type of cut plays that we can try and simulate. The push left side. Nice. Here we could definitely transition. Open right side. Blue's got it to green. Backhander. Maybe looking for a 1T. Maybe not. Man-to-man defense here. We can push. You guys don't want stamina. Now I can push up in a rotation. Oh my goodness. What a play. I don't know why I wasn't ready for that one. That was a good play there from Blue. And I missed a wide open nut. Pressure there. Good trap. It was all green there. Pressuring, getting that puck. One-on-one. Mantis making some saves. 6 saves here in the first period. So again, the other team... There you go. You guys are moving it. D to D. You guys, yeah. Honestly, simple hockey, right? Dump and chase really doesn't... Well, it might work here. Damn, I was actually trying to find Blue for some reason, but bounce off there. Red's got it. Nice try to play there. Wow, good poke. Caught. Blue's back, though. Get it back to the point for a shot, getting blocked. He picks it right back up for another shot. Open left side. Nice, good try. I mean, there's offense being created right now, so... Oh, bouncing puck. Got to play to the bounce. Oh, and they get it. See, I stutter-stepped a little bit on the anticipation that we had that puck. And then the cross crease was open. Now, I knew that puck was going to go through me. See if you can get another one. That was definitely a period that was won there by their goaltender. Gave him a chance to get the early lead. Or not early lead, but a lead in the game. What is this, men's league with no hitting? Just rooting for the team because y'all played together. We really haven't played together. I'm not going to lie to you. I play with some of these guys, but beyond these streams, I haven't played with any of these guys. This is actually only I guess, the fourth night doing this, but not the fourth night with these guys. So there's not really a chemistry advantage to either team. There could be an advantage. This is also why, like, if we went to scrims, we would probably lose, just to be honest, because of the chemistry that we don't have, and also perhaps the lack of LG experience seen from some guys. Now, this goal here, I could say, obviously, is on me. Puck goes up, defense, right? The puck kind of goes through, right? Teal's there, had it, then he lost it. You know, it kind of continued on to the guy. Here, I'm a little bit too far back. My stick's up in the air, you know, because I'm hard hustling. I only have one hand on my stick, so and it's gonna give me a weird animation there. The only thing that I would hope for is my skates could get that. Or if I was a little bit closer, but I was a step behind because I stopped initially after the first poke check, which I should have just kept going. So if you're on TikTok, you'd want to join in, or at least be a part of the Discord. You go on the YouTube side. We have a live stream up there as well. You can find the link to the stream, or you can go to the main channel page and find it there too. Good poke, working it down low. We'll see how fast you guys can transition too, right? We want to see a little bit in terms of if you guys are trying to move fast, then you guys, you know, about how fast can you guys transition. To catch us off balance, it's going to be based off how fast you guys move north-south. Bad pass for me. So here, trap defense, we want blue to be on the right boards. Red's where he's where he needs to be. Green's over by his side, and we're kind of anchored in between both center and wing, right on our side. Pull back, nice cut play, anticipate that. There are a lot of times where I push wingers to the boards. And personally, for me, I'm a little bit too slow to then rotate back to the middle. It's not up to me to follow that player, like to stay to the point. Guys will pull up for another guy that drives and takes that middle lane, right? Ideally, you'd want the centerman to be locked onto that, right? But it's also the job of the defenseman to stay over the top of that center guy, of that next player, right? So those center type cuts, is I can anchor him to the boards, right? I still then have to reposition back through the middle or over the top of the next player. Down low. Yeah, we can have, you know, if we can have a little bit of patience, right? We don't have to necessarily send the puck to a spot. We can have a little bit of control. See what opens up. And here we got to be able to stay over the top on any player. So right there again, he goes. I anchor up to the boards, and then the centerman's driving middle. So if I'm like in between, I've got to be able to stay. It's like basically playing a 2-on-1 almost in threes. You got to anchor to the furthest guy up on your side. You're anchored between the center and wing. I got to be able to stay over the top of the furthest guy that's driving. Oh, my fault. I was trying to hit you blue on stride. Not too bad here to start. Feels kind of like a slow. I mean, it is like a warm-up game for everybody if there's guys that haven't really played yet. It's a warm-up game for me as well, so the timing of certain things, not always quite there. Take a hit, looking for the wrap. Yeah, we're just getting unlucky on some of these plays. A lot of times where the net's open, we're just not able to tuck it off the side of the goal or something. Heels up. We had a little rotation there from Green, so being able to see how we transition, how we rotate with one another, one guy steps. How does one guy switch, right? Can't get that again. Bouncing puck. Green's got it. The blue. Got to find that pass again. In front. Big save. Damn, bro. I don't know why my guy stopped there. Nice, good play. Back the other way. Can he break through? Defenseman over the top. Cross scored. That's a tie game. So that was a good, again, that's a good transition off the, I think that was a blue line hold there. And then we were able to turn with it in stride, right? See what we do here. Getting hit. Nice. Get that there. Quick up. 3 guys up, so I'm back. Red's got it on the drive. Good rotation there from Green when Teal steps. Typically what happens, right? We're going to stay over the top and give it to Teal. See what these guys do. They push away so then we can skate and find the lane if we can, right? Off the cut. Nice. A nice try on the cut play. They just man-marked it, really. Got to play over the top. We're fine with that shot. May go for that cross. We got it. I'm going to skate a little bit. 3-on-2. Find it wide a little bit. Go for a backhander. Love to see it. Good press. Yeah, that's kind of the problem where a lot of defensemen are kind of guilty with those types of plays. Myself included, but because a lot of times you get those forwards that it's like, okay, when do you choose to reset it versus when do you choose to send it up quick? You really have to be able to look in terms of the coverage from the defensive side, and then also the space that your guy has and the relative speed that he has, right? If everybody's full of speed, it's almost like you have to send it, right? You know, and you technically don't have to, right? It's just everybody should be sort of you know, kind of in the mindset of, all right, we want to transition it quick, but also if it's not there, we understand that it's not there, and then we kind of everybody rotates back. We get this puck in here, bang. I think was it this here? Rotate it. Everybody's kind of moving up, and then it's just kind of like a suey, really, because you send it up to a guy that's got you got 2 black jerseys in front of you. Even if you drop it off, I mean, I don't know. It's just, but it's also like there's not that much time left, so you're gonna send it up to them. But a lot of times, the reason we trap is so that we can catch you guys trying to transition it quick, and then line up a body check, and then we can take the puck there as well. So there, I just basically suey Green, but you can still fill a lane, you know. So it's kind of like the same thing, unless you can get another man to essentially get that puck again. So here I might be able to send it to Blue. He's able to pick that off. Try to feather the pass with an icon, but it wasn't there. There again. So now there's space on that left side. He's able to get a transition. Able to beat the defenseman on that side. And able to tuck it in far side. Same thing here. Get it. I usually go back whenever we don't have a play initially off the front. Working it down low. Here we just kind of spread the offense. I'm getting held. Trying to move, but I can't. Nice play there. Just trap it up. Yeah, see, everybody's in. You can tell, right? This is kind of like there's no real sync in terms of the break-ins, right? If typically you always want to be moving to some capacity. You want to have at least some kind of speed, either going up or back, right? Whether it's a rotation back or then, you know, trying to move forward ahead. If you get to a point where you just kind of stop, you make yourself literally no option. Like you're not an option on the play. It's not like, you know, real hockey in some sense. Which I'm not saying, you know, players ever stop moving, but there are some times where, if I get that across, I'm able to get it. That's a good play there from Green, able to work himself back door. To be honest, That's the first time I pulled off a move like that in a while. I'm so out of touch with the game. Sometimes, man, this is a rough, even like a first week of, because Caps Gaming started too. I'm not gonna say, you know, that was not a very good beginning, but you know, it wasn't too bad, I guess. I just know I'm not really playing at my peak at times, but let's see. So now they're gonna push. Space open to the left side. There's a lot of space over there, right? Green didn't have speed, but he had enough time to get up to speed because there was nobody literally near him within 10 feet. Shot on rebound. Ooh, right side open. It's a good play, though. Good offensive play there. Let's see. Now, I said that's a good pass, right? From that defenseman there. He's able to skate it, eventually find... Ooh. I see. I don't know what's going on. Trying to send the pass. It's not going off. Oh, man. Yeah, the passes are just awful right now by me. Absolute garbage. Yep. Full pressure. Finds blue. Cutting in. Shot. Here, I just got to stay over the top. Will be an icing. I mean, that's mainly like what I'm trying to see from each position, right? From the defenseman side, you know, being able to stay over the top on pretty much every player if you can, right? Not letting any breakaways or odd man rush. Just kind of, I mean, 3-on-2s you can't really stop, right? Because you can't really do so much. Being able to stay over the top, I'm fine with those shots from far out. Those are not necessarily deadly shots. Goalies should have them. Yeah, I mean, a quick release shot could go through, but ideally it really doesn't. But yeah, being able to stay over the top, not letting anything kind of get to the crease or behind you, right? As a defenseman, trying then seeing how you guys control the puck in terms of the breakout, whether that's quick passes up at times. Whoa, I don't know what's going on. What is my guy doing? I can't. I don't even know what happened there. My guy's out there skating like I did first time on ice. Did you guys see that? My guy had like an over-exaggerated, like I blew by the puck and I'm just tripping up. I don't even know what causes that. That's something that's shown up a few times actually. And it's very weird. Almost had it there. Maybe join the rush a little bit here. We can't work it back. Here we're going to have to kind of move it quick because there's not enough time. They're going to have to push. Left side open. Defenseman didn't jump or pinch there. So here we just want to kill off the time. Good find. What a better save, though. Better save. Holy crap. Mantis, you want to, like, sign up as goalie, bro? Because, like, not going to lie to you, man. You're a natural at it. Gotta stay over the top. They're gonna have to push. Icing, that's tough. I think that's on the other team. That's crazy, bro. I don't know how he's getting these saves, but like, I mean, we could have at least doubled the goals that we had, right? Or even more. I mean, that's not an easy save. You know, he really didn't move. That's like crazy enough. He really didn't move, but he didn't have to. You know, you don't have to move. So this grind here, if you're on TikTok, you probably have no idea what's going on. But this isn't for the esports event that's happening now. This is for future events. And this is a little bit different. Kind of already had, you know, a conversation trying to explain it before, but ten seconds, we can get the puck out here. We're done. 5 seconds. As far as, let's see. Damn, bro. It's funny because I feel like the left winger on both teams performed the best. Like, you know, to be honest. And let's see. It's not really a stat. It's not like a stat comparison, right? I'm gonna need some help. Who do you guys think performed the best out of both teams? Yeah. So I'm already in caps for the group. Yeah, so see, obviously there was a time on attack advantage. We had a shot advantage, but only by 6 shots. Likes the left D for real? On my team? Yeah. But see, on the other team, was there anybody that was performing? I mean, we can keep the same team. I mean, we can go game 2 here and just play again. You know, not even worry about trying to switch guys. If you guys are down with that, we should just do it. Maybe give it 2 games and see like who's really standing out, who can you know. Because basically how it works is like I'm trying to see like I'm trying to get the guys that perform the best on my team, and then seeing how it looks, right? The idea is this is almost like a King of the Hill type battle, right? So where you're trying to basically get to the top of the position that you're trying out, and then basically stay there. And that's like playing on my team. Now, I'm playing right D. Could also play center, right? So there's kind of a tough thing there for those types of positions. I'm not saying necessarily that I'm on one side, but or that I'm bound to play one position. I am a right D, but I could also play center. I did play center last year in caps towards the end, and then played in PLG as a center. So I mean, I'm not opposed to necessarily playing either one, but what I'm trying to build is a team that's sort of consistent now, right? Because ideally, if you're going to play esports, you don't want to like join up last second. Okay, so yeah, if you got the team back, then we're good. Hack robbed me on that breakaway. Honestly, I don't even remember the breakaway, to be honest with you. Yeah. So we played already. This is game 2 now against the same team if they're already there. I'm on top demons. We're in contenders. And I was looking through the roster, you know, JC Pens, you know, I saw your name on one of the teams. So which makes sense. Not gonna lie to you. So I think there's a couple guys that I saw. I'm like, I played with that guy before. I've seen him. Yeah, you can kind of tell. You know, the way... Ooh, did we lag out a little bit? Nope. Okay, never mind. We're good. All right. So yeah, same team we're playing again. Game 2, essentially. So the Discord link, if you're on TikTok, go to my YouTube channel page. So you'll be able to find it there. Yeah, so you'll be able to find the link there on the YouTube channel page. And then that'll be where you can sign up. We have a channel called Esports Tryouts. Just follow suit with what everybody else did. The spot that you want to try out for, your EA name, so that I know, right, when I get you into these games, what your name is, right? Actually, your EA name could be different from your gamer tag. I should probably specify, because I believe my EA name is actually not... It's not Hackatech 34. Kind of funny enough. I probably should put gamer tag. But yeah. Alright, so game 2. See what we can do. So you guys should be able to now have a feel for the guys that you're playing with, right? In terms of how we want to play, and now there should be a better look here from both teams. Oh, that's not me. Fuck was that, dude? Not gonna lie, I'm not playing. Not really playing the best hockey. I am gonna fill a lane though. Oh. Yeah, wait. Let's not dunk, though. Let's not dunk. I forgot to specify that. this is basically scrim rules, right? So goalies are going to let it out. There's not going to be any dunks on either side. Here we can probably move quick on them. We just quick passes. So I'm stepping up again. Try to find blue on a weird angle. We can see breakout wise. I'm liking how the right D is choosing to carry it on the opposite side. He's not afraid to move with the puck. And that is, you know, a skill that I'm looking at. Right? I'd say the weakest part of my game is the breakout as well. Like, just kind of puck control. Because you are essentially the quarterback of your team. Right? You feed your wide receivers, right? Your forwards, right? When you make that breakout pass. So sometimes you have to carry it. If a team is trapping all 5 guys at the blue line, there's no need to send it to them early. You skate through the neutral zone, find a cut near the red line. The forwards, right, should be able to make that cut. Get up to speed, find a cut. And then basically, so here, right side is open. I could maybe find blue early because that winger on that side is choosing to forecheck at times, right? So that's good. I'm gonna try to just skate. Oh. Not quite. Do a little half rotate. Nice. Good find there on the cut. Shot. Oh, almost went through. Mantis fighting for his life to keep that puck out, and he does. No, yeah, so this is scrims, right? So this won't even count towards rank. LeBron James out there. Yeah, that was actually insane. What a save. Try to find him short side. Goes down. Hits the back of the... I don't even know, bro. It just goes on top of the pad and doesn't go through. Damn. What league? It's basically future esport events. This isn't... we're not playing in a league now. We're just trying out. We're basically practicing up for it. Or attempting to practice up for it. You can find a little bit of control. Nice find. Rebound there. Now, ain't gonna call too many things. That's a great pass. I think that right side for blue has opened up twice. He shoots it at the goaltender. It happens, right? It happens to me a lot sometimes when I'm trying to aim. But we gotta be able to tuck that in. I'm gonna push here. Full pressure. I just couldn't get it. They dump it out there. So now they should be trapping fully. Good man mark there, honestly, from the center. Gonna control it. Ideally, yeah, you want to work it back to your defenseman. Let them control it. He might find him again. He does. So that was a really good play there from the center on the opposite team, right? He gets the puck, doesn't rush it, waits for the play to calm down, work it back to his defenseman, and he finds it. You know, he then cuts up the ice, and then they find him, right? Good hold on the trap there. To the point. Trying to work it back. Good pressure. So we got to see like how these guys are playing. Pulls up there. Yep. So you see how I have to basically work myself back through the guy in the middle, right? Because the winger should be back. Like the right winger on my side should be back checking that puck here, right, on the boards. Twist does it again, right? He's gonna just control it. I mean, you know, if we could apply pressure. We don't have to necessarily back off right away. There's kind of like a little gray area with that. You kind of just have to know when do you rush it up, when do you settle it down, and same with the other team. When do you press? When do you press back? Right? Just play back. It's a weird fine line. It feels like it's almost big time like extremes, right? Because you're playing with pressure. You're trying to push the play at times. A cut play. We tried it. It was a good try there. It was a good patience play. See what they're doing. Yeah, full pressure. Yeah, so full pressure is that green light, especially for like wingers, centermen as well. Scored. Hey, look, we scored. No. It's especially like full pressure, or even like pucks where you think you can get it, right? I'm not gonna say like as soon as they get the puck we should just back away. There's a gray area where if there's space created from the puck carrier, meaning like you know that if you go and press the puck, you're not guaranteed to get it. It's not really like if you're not at least fighting for a 50-50, then there's no need to press. If you're fighting for a 50-50 puck, or you know you can then obviously get the puck, then go and get it. Full pressure too, no matter what they have, we should be pressing, because they're not going to beat us with speed on the counterattack, because they're going to lose their entire bar going from green, you know, attempting to skate. They're going to lose their entire stamina bar by the time they get to our zone, even if they are straight lining the entire way. So we will have a back check in place. The defenseman should be able to stay over the top over any of those types of players, right? So full pressure should be green light for, I would almost say, all three forwards, right? Two guys should be attacking. One guy should almost be hanging back, covering the second guy. Or even have two guys attacking, you know, one guy attacking the main puck here, then the other two guys sort of hanging back towards the other two lanes, right? There's a whole style towards forechecking that you want to be able to have. Here I'm just over the top. Now that's quick transition 3-on-2. Centerman should have been hanging back, or one of the forwards should have been. Good chance there over the top. Teal. Nice, able to get that. So just simple plays, right? All Teal and I have to do is basically stay over the top on any of those players driving. Right? And then we just kind of get in their way, try to get it, force them into an uncomfortable position. Good finds there. Oh, I don't know why. I'm trying to move it. I can't move it. Like that extra bit of delay. See if I can just turn with it. Nope. I'm going to hit. I'm going to get hit. Let's see what the defenseman does here with it. Go, works it through the middle. I do like his choice of moving it through the middle. Like the middle lane. If the center goes one way, ideally you could go the other way. Here I can skate. May have been able to find him. Not sure. We're green. There's blue on a shot. Yep, there's no dunking. See what they do. Yep, cut play. Oh, that was the defenseman who jumped, right? Gonna choose a step there. See what kind of tendencies they're actually dealing with here. Back, that's the defenseman's shot. We're fine with that. Work it through. We try to almost find a nice quick centering play. That's a good try on the find, though. Like, I don't know. I'm liking how that right D's trying to control the puck, to be honest. Work it back. He just doesn't have any stamina to really control it. Yeah, we do want the other defenseman to control it as well. Like, try to mix in both. I mean, there may be a little puck hog desire. That's a good play. Getting in that way. Good try. Quick give and go. No, quick transition. Shot. Good play. Work it back. Control. Got to find a shot there. He had a couple options. They were kind of playing good defense. Gonna find center. Over the top if we can. Good pick there. Back the other way. Quick transition. 2-on-1. I think I don't know if it's something with the right D. He's not able to manage his bar, though. That's the only thing. He's losing stamina quite easily. Nice. Yeah, so esports is basically, I mean, I don't know how really to explain it. It's really just like competing. I want to say it's basically competing in a tournament near or at the highest level, depending on which league you're playing in, or which tier, or which division, I should say. There's a shot, a one-timer. Back to the point. Going it there. Should be able to get it. Quick back up. Back to the point. Oh, green's open every time, bro, and I'm just not finding him. My guy's not turning as fluently as I want him to, but that's just kind of like no fucking excuse, right? Try to find blue, couldn't find him either. Wow. Passes are not clicking for me. I'm gonna go right back in. We got full pressure. Lost it again. Shot. Rebound. I'm gonna freaking press. So we can press. Like, 2 guys have to be back, right? 3 guys can literally press. I'm gonna literally say you literally have 3 guys pressing. See, because they literally can't do anything with it. They sort of can. But from a defensive standpoint, they have nothing. They have no speed to beat us. All you gotta do is stay over the top. Yeah, so like esports, if you've heard of LG, that's like one of the leagues, right, that you could play in. That's not necessarily esports at all. It's, you know, it's a different kind of format with that. But if you heard of LG or esports like that, those are 2 essentially top, league or type of leagues that you can play in for 6s that are like the most comp that you're gonna find. Pubs doesn't do it. If you play pubs, like there's some banana leagues that are like very similar to how pubs is, right, in terms of just the comp level there. But esports is like literally tip of the top tier. If you are wanting to play that, you can't be a beginner player. You can't be a guy that, you can't really be a casual player, You want to have some competitive experience before you even decide to play esports. And that's where LG comes in. Because that is where you can really gauge where you're at. Gain some competitive experience. Once you get to a certain skill level, you kind of understand what's going on, what LG is all about. Sort of the talent level that you find there. And, like really just kind of getting comfortable with the position you're playing and everything like that. Then you can basically then say, yeah, I want to go and play esports, like that's where you can make that type of choice. I went through, yeah, and then we get a goal like that happens. Goalie this year is weird, man. Goalie this year is weird. I have a guy right now that I'm playing esports with. He moved to G. He's been really a really solid G, right? He's a really good goalie. He makes the impossible saves happen, but then like simple shots go through him. 5 holes go through him, or like something weird like that, where it's like weird how a puck will just go and bounce through him off an initial save. It's weird how bad they freaking design goaltending is literally insane. It's just like you can't even explain it. Like that, there was nothing about that shot that was deadly. It just somehow goes through the goaltender. And then you got Mantis on the other side making post-to-post saves and diving saves and goal line. Keeping stuff away from the goal. It's like I don't know. I don't know how you do it. Get down low. Yeah. So ideally, offensively. As we're trying to touch on like all kinds of things right now. You want to keep a triangle in the offensive zone. So typically 1 guy down low, 1 guy like in the slot, and another guy sort of cutting or moving to a certain spot, like whether that's along the boards or something like that. So triangle here, trying to get blue the puck. So now we got to stay over the top, angle myself back to the middle. Want to get that puck back to him. He still gets the shot off. Look it back. You see the triangle on the opposite side. Me and T are on the switch right now. Rotation. We're fine with that. Some space left side for him. Control. Try to cut it himself. We got to stay over the top. Got this player here. Fine with that. I'm going to push him. Good spin, work back up. Ooh, give me that. Tuck on the side on that. So I'm trying to find, when I worked out the half wall. So if blue can hear me, I mean, obviously we're giving the play away to the other team if they're listening, which they should be, honestly. If I work the half wall, I'm trying to find some kind of cut, whether that's down low or towards the net. I ideally, if I get the puck back at the point, I work the half wall, and I want to find some kind of cut towards the net, like that, where it's a goal line feed or somebody cutting towards the net, like back post. If I'm going to try to find green, or it could be red or blue cutting to the net. I might get this puck, may not. Man, that's insane how they get the pokes like that off a poke check. Point blank poke check. He works it to me. I'm going to work it back to Teal now for a shot. Looking for a tip. Rebound. Not quite there. It's 17 shots. This is the second game now where Mantis is like literally playing tip-top shape. Picked off. Goes back to him. Definitely, I will say the trap on both teams right now, there's definitely a lot of seams right now. I mean, here, quick transitions, you can't really do nothing about it. Like, nothing about it, but... I'm trying to move and can't move. There's a shot. Out in front, Jam play in front. Loose puck, scored. I mean, it's insane. Once the puck gets to the crease, it's like an offensive advantage. Not much you can really do for it. We got full pressure. I'm not even sure where our meter was when Teal took the shot, but just somehow, some way, shooting the puck on the goaltender point blank off his pad will fill the bar. Okay, that's a good quick play inside the zone. Blue for red. Ah. A good try. He's got it. I'm protecting the middle here. Up now for green. 2-on-2. Cuts in. Shot. You see how it's just barely deflecting off? Those are not... It's not going in, right? It's going out. There it is. Somehow it finds its way in. That's a good shot. Tip there. It's BS. Interference. What was interference? Who's playing right D, actually? I actually don't know. I kind of forgot. Yeah. So, since it is the final minute, the other team can dunk, I think. Oh, I got stopped. Good defense there. Well, whoever covers me there, that was nice. I got stopped from, like, the opponent. From the, you know. Yeah, but here we're kind of playing with fire when we do this. Funny how close of a game it is, yet it don't feel that way. Like, again, where it's a lopsided time on attack battle, we outshoot the other team and we win by 1. You know, like that's your goaltender stepping up. That's really what it is. Oh yeah, who was on the other team? All right, so it is Matt. Okay, so Mad Trapper, right D. That stood out to me. The centerman honestly stood out to me a little bit as well on the opposite team. If everybody is staying, I'm not gonna have the goalie switch. I'm gonna have the goalie stay where they're at. I mean, you can't really track goaltender performance because it's based on just what the guys in front of you are doing. For all goalies, first of all, for all goalies that are trying out, you guys automatically move on to the next part of the scrims, right? Like, you get to the next stage, you guys automatically all qualify. Because the only way you can really test a goaltender is you know, when you're like in situations like this where you get outshot or whatever, and you just have to come up with 10 beller type saves, right? So from like if Mantis wanted to play goalie, he's actually, you know, and even our guy here, you know, if you're getting 80s, you know, 80s save percentage, like that's really good, you know. All right, so what I'm gonna make is, if everybody's staying, which I need to make sure, see if everybody is, I want, well, I obviously can't move the right D on the opposite team because I'm playing right D on my side, right? I want the center and left wing of both teams to switch. So I want the centerman and the left winger on the opposite team to go to my side, and then the guys on my side to switch. It's not because anybody's performing bad. I just want to see what it looks like on the opposite side. Already lost left D and C. Okay. Okay, yeah. Well, I did say. Well, if the lefty. Okay, so who do you guys need then? Because all right, we need who was on my side? It was JC Pens, and then it was Frisch, right? Frisch Mania. So yeah, you guys. Ooh, that's gonna kill the entire lobby, isn't it? So somebody's gotta then see, this is also why I kind of want to. Hey, Mantis, are you able to have your own club? Like, are you able to open up your own, like do you have a club that we can use? This is why I want goalies to you know, if you're on the opposite team and you're a goalie, to host the, you know, to basically be the DR leader, so that if we switch guys out, it doesn't completely shut out the entire lobby. So, and I have no idea who's now on the other seat, the other side. So, well, you don't have to tell them. My game crashed, I can't play. No, but the whole idea is that we're just switching sides. I'm not dropping anybody on my side. So I don't know if fuck. I don't even, now I kind of need to get a count of who was on the other side. Whoever is on the other side that can host, please do so. And then we're gonna have to figure out how to drop your name in the scrims channel. Say everybody add me. Like, and then like whatever, drop your EA name or gamer tag, whatever. Like, that's the only way that we could do it. I don't know how else we could, you know. Now, yeah, we're gonna have to add now whoever else is joining up. So, yeah, I just want to see how this looks now. It's not that the other guys played bad, but I do want to kind of see what it looks like now. You know, kind of make a little switch and see how it looks. Let's see here. Like, so whoever wants to host on the opposite team, I gotta freaking blow my nose real quick. So let me you know, just give me a couple minutes, or like 30 seconds. Yeah, so if you were on the opposite team, the reason the DR crashed is because the DR leader is now moved to my team. So there should be a guy in the scrims. All right, so hang on. I don't know who. Okay, so if First Mania is going to be the leader, everybody add him on the opposite team. So I don't know if the left D's playing on the opposite team, because that was what Mantis said. We only wanted the centerman and the left wing to switch. So Chris is there. JC Pens, if he's still playing, he's got to be on the opposite team. Who was the right winger? I don't even know who the right winger was. And then Mad Trapper, you guys got to add, I think, Frisch Mania. And yeah, if you got guys lined up, I've been watching your videos, making adjustments to my gameplay based on what you're looking for. Yeah, I mean, ideally, like, here it's kind of tough to be like, yeah, you know, like to do like a, like if I want to do like a video breakdown, it'd be tough to do it with these games because there isn't, I don't want to necessarily say it's not a good look, but it's just not a very well formatted like system going right now, you know, like in terms of everybody sort of being where they need to be ideally, you know. There is a lot of wild sort of plays happening, which I mean that happens everywhere, right? But it's just a matter of like the best way to break down a gameplay would be having two teams that have chemistry, right? So like if we did a scrim, we could do like if we did a scrim against another, like a different team that had chemistry, like we want our side to have chemistry before we then scrim those teams, and then that would be a better look in terms of breaking down film further. Here it's just a matter of getting to that next stage, so I'm looking for just basic things, you know, like simple things from a defensive standpoint, offensive standpoint, the rotation game, the transition game, like all that's not going to be like super great and well like oiled. Your team's not going to be a well-oiled machine like that, you know. Some guys can do it relatively quickly, right? But I mean, you kind of have to have some chemistry before that starts to look pretty decent, right? So it matters. It's like very simple. Like, can we simulate a trap? Can we simulate a break-in? You know, how do we look in the offensive zone? Simple plays. How do we man mark on defense, right? Like from the defensive side of the game, I do think that there isn't much chemistry needed in terms of that on the opposite side. Like offense is tougher to get than being able to join a team and sort of play defense. I think if you join a team, you should understand exactly what your defensive responsibility is, you know, because it's ideally your position tied to the player you're covering. Like that's just understand, like reading what's there on your side based on your coverage. Offensively, there's different ways that you can create offense. There's timing and things like that. Much more than that on the defensive side, so it's tougher to really master the offensive side as a team than it is defense. So ideally, defensively should be our strong suit when we do move into scrims, right? Offensively, that's going to take time because we're going to be facing teams that have a better defensive setup than whatever it is that we're trying to display right now. Well, once whoever's on the other side, just let me know when you have like basically whoever you need so that I can sort of coordinate, because I have no idea what you guys need right now. Missing left winger and left D. Okay, so I don't know if is JC Penn's moving to the other team or no. He may have just backed out I don't know. First of all, the reason I want him to be on the other team is because I kind of want to see how he does on, you know, when he's on my side, you know, playing against me. And to be honest, you know, Lamonte kind of, you know, he kind of looked like he did a little bit more. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. It's funny because like those are the two guys that are standing out the most. I'm lucky from game 2 and need invite. Okay, so you guys need to add. See, okay, you guys need left winger. Wait, let me message the guy to see if he's still playing. I just want to see if he is. Because if he isn't, then, you know. Ideally, it would have been nice to know that. It's kind of chaos though. There does need to be a better system in which we do it. Ideally, how about this? Because actually Mantis was saying this before, and I did change one of the voice chats. Whoever wants to get in, join the 6v6 waiting room VC. Like if you're not in the lobby and you're trying to get in, join the VC waiting room so that we know. Okay, so we do need a left winger. I should have like this might be OD, but I should have like five or six different voice chats where it's like left winger waiting room, center waiting room. Like you get to pick the position that you're trying to wait for. You know what I mean? Instead of it just being, hey, 6v6. Let me that's a better way of, I feel like that'd be better than, you know, it's a better way of like formatting it. And then it's almost like, I don't even know. I feel like that would be clear. Like it would be a clear sign of like what people are trying, you know, like in terms of like who's actually waiting. There's a lot of names in the Discord, and then there's names in the YouTube channel, right? Or the YouTube chat. And it doesn't match the name you have in the Discord. So I'm like, okay, what do you guys play? I have no idea. I need to know what position you guys are trying to play for. I need to have a better system than this. This is like horseshit. I'm not even gonna be. It's honestly on me for not formatting it like better. Whoever's waiting, hang on. Let me go like this. Whoever isn't in a lobby, join the waiting room voice chat. Then put in your gamer tag. I'm like typing this out while saying it. Plus, just so you know, I'm a very slow ass fucking typer. Not gonna lie to you. In this channel, with the position you want to play, so that I know like what people are doing. Let's start there and see how it is. So there's two guys not in a lobby or what? People have zero LG experience or scouting, so joining a team, etc. is rough. Well, that's what I mean, right? I'm not trying to take a team that has, you know, into scrims or scouting or whatever, right? Like it should be clear. Eventually it'll be clear the guys that are trying to get in. So if you guys are waiting, who has a lobby right now? Is it First Mania that has a lobby? Shut up. See, now I don't even know if he's even okay. He's left wing and left D. Okay. So all right. So If you guys are not in the lobby, I need you guys to add First Mania. I can put his well, no, his name should already be there. Hang on, I think am I muted? I am. Okay. All right. All right, I think we're getting close. I'm just gonna yeah, I feel like I need a better way of getting this up. All right, so I think first only needs like 2 guys, right? Okay. Yeah. All right. I think first, yeah, they're gonna add you. I don't know. I mean, honestly, to be honest, right? It almost should be kind of lopsided in some way, because I'm not saying that we have a tons of chemistry, but now I've played with some of these guys now a few times now, right? So there shouldn't actually be more chemistry on this side than there's the guys that we got on the opposite time on the opposite side, right? And again, there is just kind of like a mix of everything, right? So guys, you may have a guy that's like, you know, esports bound, and he's playing alongside, you know, a guy who's picked up a controller for the first time. But I'm not gonna lie to you, if you're picking up the controller for the first time, you're not really gonna have much of a chance. Now, I'm not gonna say, like, this is kind of like, again, the reason I'm trying to do this is because I want Hackpack, this team, which the team name don't have to, you know, stick, but just saying for now, I want this team to be like more regularly played. You know, where we get to a point where this is like an expected sort of grind where we're working towards something. Because ideally, right, if you're going to take a team into esports, you want there to be, you know, a lot of chemistry, really. I mean, if you're going to take a team into the main division, like, there's 3 areas that those teams, those same 5 teams that win it have, right? You got high levels of skill. They got a really good system, right? Like, they can trap really well. They can forecheck really well. They can play offense really well, defense really well. They do all the things really well as a team. And then what ties into that all is all chemistry. Yeah, years of playing. Like, you're not going to be able to take a team, you know, 2 weeks out into it and then go out there and just start balling. You know what I mean? Like, you're just, especially against the best of the best. Like, in contenders, it's a different story, I think, because that's more open, like, new teams playing. So You're gonna see a lot of different skill levels there. I think the group that I have going into it now is quite decent, to be honest. It is a chemistry thing that I think, at least for me, in terms of how I'm playing with the other guys, I don't have that many games in with them. I'm kind of like that fifth guy being added. I don't really know how much the chemistry is with the other guys, but the more I play with them, the better that will be. So hopefully by the end of the 5 weeks, the 10 series, right, getting into the playoffs and all that kind of stuff, and all on top of all the scrims that we are, you know, going to try to do and stuff like that, it should look better. It's just, you know, getting to that. Like, you ideally want to go into esports with at least 3 or 4 months worth of chemistry building, if I'm being honest. You know, high level scrims, you know, constantly getting reps in for yourself and then with your team. Like, drafts is a big thing, elos is a big thing, right? Kind of getting those games in for yourself and then playing alongside your guys with everything. Like, that is how you get, that's how you even, like, that's how you scratch the surface, I think. Most teams don't do that, and a lot of teams fold too because they just think they have it. And it's like, you go in, all of a sudden you just lose, right? So there's a lot. This is why, like, this is why I'm doing it, right? Because this year, you know, I want to try and see what this looks like, and we can make adjustments along the way and things like that. Like, this is why I'm not looking for anything spectacular from anybody. I'm just looking for the guy that's like a few guys here and there that are just like, you know, are dedicated to it, consistent with it, right? Or that, you know, are able to play. I know obviously we're only doing it 1 time a week, so I don't expect you to show up at that 1 time every single week. Like, just, you know, eventually though, like, because I'm playing caps and I'm dedicating myself, you know, to other things as well, there's not like there's not really, like, this isn't really a push right now. This is kind of just like, let's see how it goes, see what type of group that we can play with, you know, and just kind of take it step by step, right? Like, I'm not going to give a timeline in terms of things, but like, ideally after caps, you know, that's going to be what, 5 weeks, so we're talking into March sometime, right? April, if you go all the way to the playoffs and stuff. Getting into the summertime, if you really think about it, we should have a, if it was going to happen, we should have a team that is, you know, basically getting to that stage where we're starting to look like a more defined, like, type of squad, you know. And then we can see where we're at. Because, like, again, I already had plans of doing this since last year, right? So just because I'm with a group now, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm against that team, you know? Like, you know, it's just kind of like what turns out better, you know what I mean? Crunch match is on. I think it's off, right? All right, so now let's take a look. Now we had the left winger and the center from last game join this side. And let's take a look and see what we got. So nothing too crazy. I'm probably only gonna play like maybe 2 more games, to be honest with you guys. Only because I'm not really feeling like playing super late tonight. I'm gonna see what Lefty can do with the puck. I'm gonna try to feed him more. Nice, good pass up there for twist, works it back. Like, for me, I'm also commentating a lot too, so like, I'm not even like, I'm not saying I'm not looking at the game, because obviously I am, but I'm not necessarily looking exactly what I'm doing. Some of these passes that I'm making just not good, not even going through. Pass up there. Right winger's got it. Shot. Poke check. Deep into the corner. See there, you could, yeah, you could press because you had the angle on him, right? Ooh, a little bit too slow on that pass was me. Good try that. I tried. See what kind of rotation we got. Nice. So yeah, when I step, it's kind of like a, you know, it could be blue if he's the furthest guy back. He'll rotate behind me. It could be the centerman. It won't, you know, a lot of times it most likely it won't be the opposite winger. Like that would be kind of weird, but it's gonna happen. Nice send up, 2 guys. So now 3 on 3 should be able to get in. Nice. Tough. That's a tough trip. We'll go to the power play. All right. See how we work it. Yeah, I'm like puck watching again. No, I'm just not staying over the top. Damn. Working it back up. Nice. I like those plays. That's not bad at all, man. Ooh. Kind of just forcing that pass instead of just taking the option. There it is. That's a good cycle. I like that. I know it's like a small detail, right? But it's something that I think works wonders. When you pass it up to the forwards on the breakout and they pass it back to the defenseman. It's like kind of like it just kind of changes up the timing a bit, you know? Like it just gets the guys to stop pressuring. All right. Ideally, like breakouts, you know, I'm not saying you have to have callouts or anything like that. When you get to the main division, callouts are almost like it's kind of like something that you absolutely need. So like, you know, like I don't know, it's just if you don't have it, then you kind of risk the things being just mistimed, misaligned, all that kind of stuff. You don't really know where guys are going sometimes. Some guys slow up, or you kind of need to speed up a bit. But I like the positioning of the centerman, to be honest. Like Red is playing like he kind of knows where he's going, where he's rotating. He knows how to like stop up and see the space that's there, you know. That right there is all me if I don't get that. A quick pass up. Green's got it. Left side. Controls. Nice roll down. Steal. I think that's more of that is a chemistry play. That what Green's trying to do. You can kind of like naturally see it. Bouncing puck. It's almost in. Where it's like Green works it back, you know, he kind of skates to the point and is expecting Teal to sort of play low for him. Those are, I mean, those could be natural rotations, but it just kind of depends on how aggressive the defenseman is, how much of like an, I don't know how to really explain it, like of an allowance really that forwards you know, are trying to get the defenseman into play. There are some teams that they never pass to the defense, right? They only expect defensemen to play back and play defense. So, like, some teams, you really don't have that confidence to go up in the play. But when you do, like, sometimes, you know, if a guy's, like, prone to being more conservative, he doesn't, like, take the offensive sort of assertion, right? He'll be hesitant on those chances to go up in the play. Here we can definitely confront that. Blast it down. And now, typically when I play PK, like I play no differently. Like I want to play like near the red line and then work my way back to the blue line. I don't want to be like flat-footed to the blue line. You know what I mean? Kind of weird to do that. Because then guys, I mean, it would be more risky to do that with guys that had you know, guys that had a lot of speed into the zone. You're like just at a standstill, and then you hope to like try and master speed. I like to like work my way to that point. That only works though when you have enough bar to get back anyway. Otherwise, you kind of have to leave early and then, you know, kind of play to the blue line more closely. Yeah, so trap defense, yeah, something. I mean, obviously, if you guys are seeing stuff, definitely call it out. If you're on the opposite team and I'm not really necessarily calling it, like I'm trying to look at, you know, 10 guys, you know what I mean? 9 guys if you exclude me, but I'm still looking at what I'm doing, right? It's kind of tough to analyze every single detail. Trap defense, yeah, both sides have to get better at it. There has to be more of an emphasis on holding that blue line. Like, you can't be in the zone. That's not a trap. A trap defense is holding the blue line. Like, that's priority number 1, right? So, defensively, right, you guys could be anchored slightly further back, but the forwards have to be almost like ahead of the blue line almost. So, like, into the neutral zone, working their way to the blue line, you know? I don't know if we can catch maybe a frame of the trap. I know, like, this is for us, right? You know, which I don't know. I think that might just been a quick transition play too. Yeah, no, we're not gonna be able to find it, I don't think. But it's like if we're just like, you know, if all 5 of the guys are back and we're controlling the breakout, we need to have, you know, 5 guys in front of us trying to stop us at the blue line. If it's an easy entry, then like it's not an effective blue line. Like, the centerman should be locked up on the center. The wingers then should be holding the boards, or potentially man-to-man on the wingers too. And then the 2 defensemen can play anchored from the center to the wing, right, on that side. And then basically just play over the top, work their way into the zone, and help out when they can. Here, it's also kind of tough because I don't know really what everybody's position is. I can sort of see based on the names, right? But sometimes I'm not 100% there. I think that pass over to the player that I was covering was there initially. He didn't send it early enough. You know, so kind of cuts off the timing of that player. Like, there is some, and there is some, and wait, icing. Oh, there we go. You gotta be able to make some type of plays, like, through certain type of timing, you know. Like, I could tell the winger that I'm covering on my side has a little bit more of like that in terms of like just the flow of the game. He's trying to generate speed up the ice, and then he tries to cut, right? Oh, there it is, wide open. Green's there. Shot. Press if we can. Try to go back up into the zone. Teal, red is back, right? In front. Almost had it. And then the guys are stopping again, right? So you see how everybody's kind of like all over the place. You got, you know, guys like working, like the defenseman will carry it up. And then the forwards are all kind of in like a half swing type pace, right? So like the timing of it, you're not going to get enough speed from your forwards when you're kind of going up before them. Do a nice control there. There needs to be some guys cutting down. Yep. Down low. Oh, he tried to work it back to me. That was an insane kind of type of turn. Whoever was rotating behind me, though, I know I should have, you know, technically beeline straight back. How'd that puck go in? I actually don't know. It's the second time it's the goalie's made the save, and then it just somehow, like some kind of unknown force from the abyss, the hockey guys decided to shoot it right back at the goalie. I don't know if that hit off one of us. But if it did, I don't know why our guy's like somehow shooting it. Across. What's that? Yep. So I'm going to take the lane there. There's the cut down low. Back to me. Back down low. Opens up some space. Not quite. Ooh. Big time save. Oh, yep, we could pass that. I like how the game, it kind of like it seemed like the game gave you extra time to make that pass. Funny as hell. Swing in. We're sending that. Scored. See that? I don't know why. Like somehow, sometimes the timing works out great where I'm like in stride getting that puck and it's just like a beamline. You know how fast of transition. Green's there going back door. It's like a perfectly timed play. Now, just if you take that, that was a small sample size. You take that and you put that into 3 periods of 2 teams that can do that at a high level. Like that's how fast that they move, and that's the timing of the plays. That is what it takes to basically play in the main division. Like that's a small sample size on one particular area of the game that needs to be that fast or even faster to even have a chance of playing against the top teams. That's a small sample size. It's insane. And again, it takes 5 guys on the ice that understand exactly how to do that at full speed both ways. The reason you give it to the reason the defense also have a key role in offense is that they're going to have most likely a green bar through each rush, right? Because they're back, they're regaining their stamina. It's tough for forwards to go back and forth constantly. So that's where you get those types of plays where a defenseman can take a lane very quickly. Plus, they're hanging back. So sometimes when plays are not going up immediately, and then there's that little bit of a delay, and then you have that defenseman going up in stride, bang, you feed them. They're in their full speed while the other guys perhaps are not, right? And that's where you can get behind guys, and then you get guys going into the right areas of the ice, back post, high slot, whatever it is, right? Cut play through the middle. Plays like that can open up. And then, you know, that's how fast you have to have all 5 of your guys back, or playing, essentially, you know? It's crazy. Can't be holding back skate for backdoor passes. It depends on where you're at. On the rush, yeah, you can't be back skating. I don't know if that's what happened. Yeah. So he would have to turn and skate. In this case, that's a good call out there. Especially back post, like on that angle, if you're back, like you would have to be able to turn and like put your body in front of that player that's trying to drive back post. And that's where, again, having the relative speed. The reason I don't like giving too much speed is because I don't want to be at a standstill while somebody's coming at me full speed. You know what I mean? I want to be sort of in stride, can match their speed a bit. Good play there. 3-on-1 though. Good try. Oh, see, now I'm like puck watching again. Not even looking. I'm like not moving as fast as I need to be if I'm being dead ass with you. Like what I'm doing is really not that good. Oh, I love that fucking play, Red. Oh my god. That's actually cash money. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's a small group of guys that do that. Where it's like just a quick pass back to the defenseman to then immediately send it right back up. Because again, it just creates some space, moves the... Ooh, great freaking pass, Blue. Yep, moving it back up. Yeah. I mean, You don't have to have it every play, but you know. But no, it's a good play. Like there was a call out that we had that I had with my guys last year when I was playing on this club called Off the Record. My mic, I think, just sputtered out a little bit. Oh man, that's not good. Hold up a second. Is my mic still working? I gotta check something. It's honestly the worst feeling as a defenseman, because you're trying to. I mean, that's a very risky play unless you know you can 100% take that puck up the ice through the middle like that. It's not very good, you know. It's you want to be able to either move it or go around a different way, you know. I don't think I'm there. That was a lucky ass type of chop. Not even gonna lie to you. Fuzzy even got that. Work it back. I'm not gonna step there. Yeah, see, there it's just kind of like you kind of have to read what your players are giving you, you know. I think that the defenseman could have moved that puck up sooner when everybody's going up in stride, you know. A good play there, though. Oh, yeah, we can't dunk. We can't dunk, you know. Only yeah, we can't dunk at all. I'm not gonna lie too, yeah. Well, actually 13 shots is a more even game, right? So clearly something's working here. Ooh, I can't get that pass off. All right. Donald, chat, if you guys are watching this game, who is standing out? Whether that's anybody on my side, anybody on the opposing side. I kind of need your guys' help. And we could queue up with the same guys again, right? We don't have to switch anybody out because I know how much of a havoc that is trying to do. What a freaking play, eh? Freaking between the legs pass? I kind of want to try that now. Nope, never mind. Nice saves. Quick up. 2-on-2. Shot. You see how it's just barely. Every time. Bare off the post. Like. Oh, it finally goes through on him. Like, Jesus. I don't know, bro. It's just like it takes a Herculean type effort to get it past Mantis. All right, so we could probably re-queue up again. if you guys want, or we can maybe switch you guys out. Oh yeah, the goalies, yeah. You can't really yeah, I mean the goalies we're not gonna look at. I'm just talking about any player on the ice. Yeah, I don't, it's tough to really say. Who was the right winger on the opposite team? I don't know. I mean, I guess we can keep it the same, right? Because I mean, you know, yeah. I mean, see, you can't really knock the guys down too much. I'm not necessarily looking for it to be super flawless, but you need to see some kind of effort. Naturally, though, breakouts are going to be slow. You know, I think offensively, it's going to be a little bit, you know, not quite what you want, right? But it's really from a positional standpoint what I'm looking at, right? There's not a lot of quick puck movement. There's, you know, I think from a defensive standpoint, there may be sometimes in terms of the breakouts a bit of overthinking. You kind of just have to read what your team is doing and then try to bounce off of what they're doing, right? So from a defensive standpoint, the choice between whether you want to reset the play or quickly send it up, you have to read what your teammates are doing. If somebody's going full speed ahead and they have like relative speed, you need to look. Like you need to look for those players. There were some times where I think I was looking at, I don't know who it was controlling the puck on the opposite team, where it would be he's trying to reset the play. The forwards are going up though. Like there's a desync on that, which is going to come naturally, but there is a little bit of like being able to read what is in front of you, not in terms of what you think you need to do too, you know. So. All right, hang on a second. So I do actually want to make a switch because, let's see. So Viper is ready to play. I do want to get him in. I don't even know. I'll have to take a look back at it before next time, but or I guess later on, but. I don't want to necessarily like move him right to my side because he's coming in late. I'd rather him take the spot of who is in the chat now that hasn't played that actually wants to get in. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of tough to really do it. If Viper, you want to get in, which team do you want to play for? I don't really want to freaking Esports a shot for this game. It peaked years ago. I would actually disagree, but I can actually feel maybe a little bit on that. I think it has died down a bit, but I don't think the talent has dropped off at all. I want to play for Hack. Well, okay. So I don't know, let me look through it. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna get the air. So Ethan, if you're on my side, or if you can hear me, I'm gonna get Viper in to switch out for you, if you don't mind. Again, I know we're getting a lot of guys new in from the chat and things like that. If you are trying to try out for esports, you guys need to join the Discord, which you can find that on the YouTube channel page, the link for it, or in any one of my videos or live streams, you can find it. There's an Esports Tryouts channel that you need to put in your gamer tag and the spot that you're trying to try out for. Like, that needs to be in there. Also, I don't want other text messages in there. Like, you know, I just want the info of the players to be in there. So we have an esports chat where you guys can talk. The Esports Tryouts is just for your information that you're putting in. that tells me that you're trying to try out, so that when I'm going through this, I can apply the points to each spot, you know. Now, I'm not kicking guys out just, you know, again, if I switch you out, it's only because I'm getting the other guys in, just to be clear. Who else do we have? Now, okay. Let's see here. So, Fresh, who do you have on your side? Is everybody still in or no? Is there anybody that backed out? Okay, like I'm not even looking at stats or anything like that. Like I don't really care really what happened. All right, again, I'm only switching Ethan out because I had somebody else. You know, I mean, I technically wanted Viper to be on my side, but he just couldn't play till now. Might be a dick move, but I also need to, like, if you are trying out, like, I want the guys that are trying out to be in these games. So if you're a guy that's just filling from the chat, like if you're just a guy that's not really into it, or you're not really trying to try out or anything like that, like, you know, ideally I'm gonna probably just switch you off for somebody else that is, you know. It's nothing against you, obviously. It's really just because I'm trying to get the guys that are trying to play. Like there's some guys that are just, you know, they're just here to play and they're not really here to try out or anything like that. So, or maybe they're just here, they're there to fill. Also, Goldie, what team do you play for? Just out of curiosity. You want me to play right to show them how it's done. No, I think we got it covered. No, so Viper is a right winger. That's why I got him in there. And if you are trying out, you need to put your information in the Esports Tryouts channel. Right? I know I'm kind of repeating myself a lot, but if your name is not in here and I switch you out, it's literally because I don't see your name here. I'm trying to get the guys in that are trying to try out. Like that is number one priority. It's only if you're trying out. If you have no interest in committing, then who cares? You know what I mean? Like it's not even. I'm a left D. What team do you play for? We all grown. Okay. See, that's the thing too. If you're trying to try out, but you're playing a different position, that doesn't help your case either. Like like if you're playing a different spot other than what you signed up for, then probably have no chance of. And then nothing go like it doesn't go towards. You know what I mean? But if you do put your your info in, then I can give you the points. You know what I mean? Again, the points is really just so that I can see who's committed, who's been playing, and who's been performing at those positions. So that when it comes to, you know, moving on to the next stage and things like that. Yeah. The Dog Pound and Columbus LGHL. Okay. So you're like, yeah, okay, so you're an NHL player. But you're a D-man. Yeah, okay. So you were just filling in. Yeah, I got you. Still though, it kind of is clear though. I can definitely tell. You know, you can easily spot the guys that are esports players, I think. I mean, funny story. I played, I think back in NHL 24, I did one of these, you know, live streams where I'm just getting kind of playing with the viewers and all that kind of stuff, you know. And we were trying to find a guy. A guy from TikTok said, "Hey, I could play left D." I'm like, all right, cool. Now, was like another guy that also said he wanted to play left D. So I was just like, yeah, you know, I kind of got confused on who it was, you know. But then I just messaged the guy. I'm like, yeah, come play for us. And initially, I thought he said, the guy that I messaged, I thought he said, it was actually the other guy, that he played in the CHL. I'm like, all right, that's fine. So then I get him in. I thought he played in the CHL. Yeah, I go in, and all of a sudden I'm like, all right, dude, you do not play in the CHL. Like, dead ass, you're not. Like, he looked very, very strong, very clean at the left D position. First time looking at him. The first... What? Okay. The first possession that I saw... Viper always scores these type of goals. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Viper is the type of guy that scores these types of goals. I don't understand. Do you remember last time we had all this puck luck and stuff? How does it that... I mean, I don't know. Whatever. You know, maybe the game... Maybe he knows, like, where to shoot from. He is a guy that takes shots. Throw the puck in that. But, oh, yeah. I'm like, no, you do not play in the CHL. The guy was, like, literally taking the puck in himself, finding guys on cuts, taking the puck in. You know, he's, like, rotating super quickly. I'm like, wait a second. This guy does not play in the C. CHL players do not do that. You know what I mean? Or at least maybe some do. I'm like, okay, what do you play? And he's like, yeah, I'm a main division esports player for Instincts. I'm like, okay, now it makes sense. What the fuck? You know, I thought it was the CHL guy that I was getting in, and it was actually the esports main division player. Like, all right. It's funny, too, because, like, some guys don't necessarily, like, know the talent level of what it takes to even compete at a high level. I'm like, hey, I like, talk to the guys. Like, the guy initially left, and I'm like, all right, you know, we can get somebody else in. And I'm like, yeah, what'd you think of him? And they're like, you know, I really didn't like the amount of times that he, like, stepped up into the rush. I'm like, bro, that's... I'm like, yeah, what do you think he plays for? I don't know. Maybe he may play for the CHL. I'm like, no, that guy's a main division esports player. You know? And for anybody who knows the name, his name was Jetluke. He played a little bit. He played a few games with me before in the past. If anybody knows Jetluke, that guy, I'm not sure if he still plays or not. He may be one of the guys that have backed out. I haven't seen his name at all anywhere. But yeah, he's definitely a guy that knows how to play. Nice, good job staying on side there. I kind of had a delay on the pass. See, that's a... those passes, you don't want to, you know, force them at the point. If it's open, it's open. But the first look should always be to your forwards first. So, some kind of pass down low. You know, or something... I don't know. Some kind of drive into the net or something. You know, like, try to... Working it back to the point is only really good when it's open. If the guy's covering me, it's never a good pass at the point. It gets turned over. There's nobody back. Ooh, good try. That's tough. This is why I play D. I have no finish. Bro, I literally say the exact same thing. Like, bro, I'm ass at forward. Defense, though, you know? Even though here I'm not really displaying much of anything, but I would love to see what my ping is, too. Like, the reason I don't stream League games anymore is because my ping spikes. I remember I had, like, 1,000 ping. It was like spiking up to 1,000 every like couple seconds. I'm like, yeah, I don't think I can play in a high intense league match when I have 1,000 ping, if I'm being honest with you. I think that's kind of like a mistake. And then I like turned it off, and a couple seconds later my ping's at 30, and it's a consistent 30. It's like, all right, well, you know, that kind of happens. So naturally, probably no longer going to be streamed. But like here, like I actually fixed it to the point where that's not happening. But it's still like I don't want it to sputter out. Off the post. Get it down low. Lucky you kept in the game with that ping. No, I'm kind of like, you know, yeah. I'm like used to that. I remember back in Esports 20, I played on a wireless connection. I didn't play in any leagues, but I was just playing pubs with the guys in threes. There'd be like a few moments where I'm like trying to defend a 2-on-1 and my screen would just freeze. I'm like, all right. And I was the type of guy that would like try and visualize the 2-on-1 play. You know, like I'm trying to play blind, and then it like speeds up, and I'm just like into the corner, and the puck's like in the back of the net. I'm like, oh fuck. Well, I tried to visualize. There was one time though, I made a great ass play where it was like I was defending a 2-on-1. The screen froze as the guys crossing the blue line, right? As the two guys are crossing the blue line. I was able to, like, I don't know, I like controlled my guy where I somehow was able to pick off the pass and feed a dime back for a breakaway when it sped back up. I'm like, oh damn, I didn't realize that happened. I couldn't see, you know, because I was blind with the freaking lag spike. But you know, sometimes when you visualize, it actually comes true. You can manifest. Packet loss sucks for sure. Oh yeah. Like even 1% you can feel. Like this ain't actually bad. It's crazy though, because this is actually the type of ping that I get. But sometimes, like, I don't know, sometimes when I'm streaming, it'll go up 30 or 40 ping higher. Like it'll go from 37 and it'll go up to like 80 or 90 or something. Like so I guess in here it's not really it's not really affecting me now. But there are some nights where that happens, and it's like, okay, it happens when I'm like trying to play a very high intense match. Kind of ridiculous. All right. There, I'm only feeding you guys, right? Because we're on the power play. You guys have a lot of time and space to make a play. Like, you guys have an extra man to get into the zone, you know? That's why I'm like sending it to you guys early. Ooh, I try to feed green there. Get it down low. Getting it up. Kind of sloppy hockey both ways almost, you know? I think it's usually 20-30 while I'm streaming. Rebound off the goalie. Feel for you. Just glad to have stamina back. Yeah, I think there's one guy that said like ping that's over 50 is kind of unplayable, even though Doughty does it. So I'm not gonna lie to you, he could somehow play with 80 ping and stop on initial defenseman on 3 ping. So, but you know, clearly there's a skill gap there. Yeah, so there is, again, there's got to be some reads that are happening, right? It's, again, this is part of that skill related part of the game that I'm looking at, right? Individual skill. All right. So that's how we're scoring. I thought it was like Green that tapped that in, but nah, it's just a shot from a weird angle that yet again finds a way to get in. So I'm gonna take this back and see if we can, as I skate up, you see where Red's going? He goes one way. Ooh, Green. I think I was just staring him down, honestly. But I was just looking for a cut and you saw like I read he goes right, then I go left. You know, like that's kind of the read that we're trying to make. You know, like you know, just trying to find the reads of the guys. Like here, you can maybe find a guy cutting. You know, at steel. Now he cuts up. I find him. Like you don't have to have chemistry with a guy to like see that he's cutting. You know what I mean? There are some things that should naturally be understood. If you see the ice the same as somebody, then those things should be naturally done, right? It's not something you have to like call out or play 20, you know, 50 games with them to like see. When you pay attention to certain things on the ice, it should become clear what you're seeing and what needs to be done sometimes. So that's a good try, right? You saw, you know, the defenseman saw the winger on my side driving up. He may be able to try to find him off a clap bomb play. Those plays a little bit, I think, would require... Oh, goalie interference there, yeah. Those plays there would be more chemistry related, like, you know, clap or... I'm not sure what they call out for that. Like, some like Omaha or something. Like, I don't know. Whatever it is, right? But, sometimes you just take, you know, you could see a guy going and you just clap it to him. Like I sometimes read when I'm playing threes, I know that, you know, there's the winger that I'm playing with in threes. I know when he's going up and when I can feed that pass to him. That also is chemistry, but it's also just seeing it, you know? Work it back up. You guys can catch him. Kind of low on stamina. Down low. See what's open. Yep, work it down low, maybe for a cut play. Ideally, yeah, I mean it's easy, I think, to get caught in one area, but it's like the offensive zone should flow to the point where guys are just sort of moving, or it's sort of always like in motion, trying to set up some kind of play. You know, you kind of you work down low to then find back in front. You work down low to find the point, or you try to cut to find a wide play. Like a wide, like back post option or something, right? There's got to be some kind of motion in terms of like, what are you guys trying to set up? You know, work down low and then try to find in front. You know, you could work give and goes if it's there. If it isn't, then, you know, you either hold on to it, take the space that's there, or find somebody else that's open. You know, see what opens up and then feed them. You know. Yeah, the slap pass, yeah, can't ring it, go, straight bounce, yeah. Playing too high. Yeah, I don't know, Viper scoring these random goals that are somehow going in. Like, that's 2 goals that, I'm just going to say it, are EA goals. They're not really well deserved, but, you know, sometimes getting the puck in, the game wants to, you know, get you a goal. Field controls. Shot. Damn, I'm ass at the game. Sort of like fake push, even though kind of still push. Quick up, nice. Right side, at the point. All right, there we go. I mean, it's there, right? But yeah, I worked the half wall to try to find a cut through the middle or something there, right? It could be a high slot 1T, or it could be a back post option, or a cut. It could be the red, blue. Like, there's many different ways that offense could be created. That pass went to blue. I was attempting to find red, who was cutting sort of with me. Here we got to be very cautious, right? Especially those plays off the draws where it goes right back the other way somehow. Get the guys involved. I got body check there. There's no call there on that. Like, all right, ref. I guess we're just not gonna call interference, eh? I don't think I was near the puck there. But my side, I really need us to really prioritize trapping in this next period. Like, I don't really want us to pressure at all. I want to see how you guys play the trap. Let them come to us. Like, that's ideally what you're gonna have to do. And then from the opposition, if you're a defenseman, you know, I'm giving you guys the call right now. I mean, naturally, 3-0. The team that's up, they're not gonna pressure at all. Like, they really shouldn't, you know, unless it makes sense to at certain times, right? You can push, but you know, trap defense right now, safest option. If you're a defenseman, you know you have some kind of control. You got to be able to skate it up, find your forwards cutting through the neutral zone, right? Read, see if there's something that's open. First of all, if you want to take it in, like, I will be the first to say, you know, it will be on the forwards if they go offside. You should have, especially when you play, if you're going to get to the esports level, you should have enough control over your player to where you can almost basically get to the blue line off a cut, and then if the pass isn't thrown, not go offside. That, I think, is a huge skill gap that some forwards don't have. And then from defensemen, it's being able to then obviously quarterback the play. Like, naturally, those are those unique sort of skill gaps that need to be very sharp. And I do think that in terms of the defensive side too, there are times where you guys can cut off passing lanes. There, I will say that's a centerman in terms of finding the cut play on that. Through the middle, playing over the top. There's a shot, it's in. Well, it's in. So they were able to get in through the middle, and then they initially worked it down low to back in front. And then a shot in the slot. I'm going to go here, wait for you guys to sort of circle back. So now trap defense, right? And it should be instantly, right? Because if you go up and then you go back, the trap can't be played. Like, where they entered is where blue should have been, right? I mean, I could do a better job there as well, but it's kind of tough when I'm trying to also manage guys trying to get behind me. Like, it isn't necessarily, it isn't necessarily man-to-man coverage. When one guy I mean, it is sort of, but not really. I mean, technically, if blue does press, then I would it turns man to man with me on the winger, and then the center would have to be locked up through the center. Like, two guys would have to play almost perfect for one guy for every one guy that pushes, you know. If you have two guys that pressure, then all three of us in the back have to be man to man coverage, you know, with the forwards. You hear, like, man to man, because they're rotating it up quick. We don't have the support to be able to cut off certain lanes, you know. Good offensive cycle there, though. You know, or like just nice quick play. They're gonna have to move it quick again. Nice defense. Had a, what was that, the defenseman that cut? Oh, damn. How that didn't even look like it like it was outside. I don't think I pulled it back, did I? I thought I went in and then tried the LT, right? And then LT prior to that. Because that is not that isn't on the forward. If I do like a move to pull it to pull the puck out, that will be on the puck here. So I'm not sure if I did that or not. I thought I waited till I was in for it turning. Ooh, I'm gonna go wide open. It is technically me, but also center as well. So yeah, we can maybe push. All right, Definitely got there. It's a good try. I'm just gonna go straight back. They're gonna have to move it quick. Nice. And that's how you can then rotate. I like those plays, right? Where it's like a rotation where one guy's not afraid to jump the lane. I feel like as a defenseman, I almost can't do that. Ever, you know? Because from a forward standpoint, there's not a lot of forwards that when a defenseman pushes, or no, when they push, or when I actually don't know. If I were to push the play, there's a very quick rotation back from a forward. Unless, I think it maybe mainly comes from a centerman position, right? But sometimes even the center doesn't want to do it, you know? Or they don't do it as quick because it's not on their mind to do so. But like from a standpoint where a defenseman's already up and then he's moving back to then have a forward basically replace the pressure, I think it's something it's a small detail that goes a long ass way. Yeah, you can definitely tell though. There's like certain plays where guys almost are stopping, or passes are being thrown either too early or too late. There just isn't a lot of sync with the players, right? And that's just, I mean, that is just a chemistry thing. Seconds. See, as a defenseman, I should be more willing to go for those types of hits. It's like what I'm reading on some of those plays. It's like, I mean, in that case, it's wide open. I should be able to do that, but it's just sometimes there isn't like such a like there isn't like a sort of like very full pace effort to like get back as a forward sometimes. I don't know. It's kind of weird. All right. So we could see. We could maybe do one more. So I don't know what type of lineup we got right now. I'm just trying to hit as much as possible. I mean, it's not even like it has to be done. I'm just saying, like, every time if a defenseman goes for a hit, there has to be a forward that's ready to then rotate behind. There's some teams that just don't prioritize defense enough as a forwards. So it, like, as a defenseman, you can't necessarily push. If you push and you miss, there's nobody rotating behind you. It's almost like game over at that point. You know what I mean? Like, you're always giving up odd man rushes that way. It's just when you have a team that can apply pressure and can apply the equal rotation with it. So like it's a seamless, as one guy goes up, the other guy's already back. And you can apply pressure that way. All right, so I don't know who we have on the other side, to be honest. Might be we short G left wing right now. Okay. I don't know if the all right, so I don't know. I don't know rating. All right. So I don't know. Do we have who's? Is there anybody on the other side now, or no? Right? Because it was. Oh, just need left wing now. Okay. Is there anybody that hasn't played yet, or that is waiting to play, that can play left wing? I guess. And for us, we need center, right? Never mind, people left just now. Okay. I mean, I guess, I don't know, we could finish with a pub game, I guess, right? I don't I don't really know what else. Don't know what else we could do. I mean, I'm not trying to like have a coordinated effort to get one more game in, you know? If guys are not if it's not like one or two guys like left to just join, if we need like another 3-4 guys or whatever. There does need to be a better system doing this. But like in terms of like the scrim sort of idea, is this something that you guys like doing? Like us scrimming each other to kind of see how we play? Or do you guys think like this is no different than just playing pubs and looking closely at that? Personally, I think you have more of an opportunity to find a few like good players if we were to scrim, but also not really as well, because like I don't know, it's sometimes you'll find pub teams that have chemistry and those teams are actually decent. I will say there's probably been like 3 or 4 games where we played pub teams and they've been actually decent. You just need to see I could do it. Yeah, I mean, how many guys are you missing now? If you're missing 3 or more, I'd say yeah, just come and play C then. That's all we can really do. But yeah, anybody who just play GGs for everybody. I'll have to take a look again. If you were trying to try out and you are not already a part of the Discord, you need to be. You know, so that if you want to try out, you can put in your information. Only put in the information, like only type into that chat to that thing one time. So if you have, first of all, if you have multiple positions, it's best, I mean, to be honest, you should pick your best spot and then only apply for that. Because if you're doing like, hey, I could play left wing, right D and G, give me a spot somewhere, like that's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for guys that are mastered at one spot, because you need to be the best at one spot, you know, at your main spot in order to really have a chance anyway. I mean, I understand, you know, sometimes guys are, you know, a jack of all trades, but we need guys, we need guys to be the best at the one spot that they're gonna play, you know. Because technically I could say the same thing. Oh, I could play center wing defense, but I'm not like a good winger as I am a defenseman, right? So why would I apply to play wing? I mean, yeah, utilities are important, but like that, if you're using a utility of a guy that, like, usually if you're gonna have a util, it's because he still plays that one spot that you need. Like if you have a centerman, yeah, you know, I can't really make it most, you know, some nights. It's like, all right, we can have this util that also plays center. He can rotate in as well, you know, even if the skill drops off a bit. Like that's where I think a good util comes into play. Oh, did we lose left wing? Oh, his Xbox got unplugged. Well, that just sucks. Yeah, like they'll have one. Well, I mean, yeah, it makes sense. If you're like a forward, it makes sense, right? But if you're like trying to go from, you know, winger to defense to goaltender, it's like, nah, we need just one spot that's really good, you know? Do we mind backing out and re-queuing to get Green back in? I'd rather not play with a freaking AI. I don't know if people care about their rank. Hopefully not, right? The one time we actually had a lag hour, in this case, a power outage of the Xbox. I forgot I was G. Yeah, I mean, rank really doesn't matter, but there are some guys that are passionate about it. I don't want guys to be like that. Hey, look, we just lost another one. It's like, you know, I don't even freaking give a damn. Oh, there's some guys that are silvers, man. Okay, you guys just lost RP. It's funny too, bro. It's a whole different subculture to go from like pubs to like the competitive grind. Like if you go from LG to pubs, it's like two different grinds, I feel like. Because like you could be a top club in pubs and your whole entire mindset is thought out like differently. Like the way you think about the game itself is different than if you played competitively. I don't know if you guys agree with that statement. But like guys put in a lot of passion into what is seen when you go to the stats and you go into club rank, you know? Look, this guy's, you know, these guys' club rank is a 250 and 5. Like, oh wow, they got a winning record against shitty teams. I mean, it is. It's just it's a different subculture. Like, I mean, it's just funny. Like, especially in sixes, bro. Like, there's almost like you go from competitive. Like, there's almost no pub grind at all, right? So like, you may even fill in for a night, esports, but you're a silver player, or you're a, you know, an unranked player, and it's like, oh wow, but like you could perform above and beyond elite 1 players, right? You know, like rank doesn't matter simply because rank only displays like 2 things. You have a good system with the guys that you're playing with, therefore you beat other teams that don't have that system because they're just random teams, casual teams, whatever, and you play a lot, you know? Like for me, I could easily be elite 1 and 3s every single season. But most seasons, I don't even get close to elite. Why? Because I don't play pubs. I don't play it a lot. And then, of course, when we do play, I'm playing with 2 guys that obviously know how to... Wow. I mean, let's just play it, I guess, bro. This is another downfall of playing pubs. And why everybody's moved to scrims, to be honest. I think scrims got 10 times more popular as soon as EA removed the match my room size. Anybody agree with that? Ain't that funny? Because it's like, well, I don't want to queue up against a guy that may not have a full team. Oh yeah, that's another thing too. Builds, right? Like you had to unlock shit so people would play pubs, and now it's like, oh, because you already have your build at level 1, now there's no need to play it. So then there's probably some guys that they only do scrims, right? And that doesn't count towards level or anything. Probably guys, there was literally a couple guys like the guy's a level 13 player. Like, oh wow. It's like, oh, did he just get the game? It's like, no, he didn't. He's been playing since launch, but he's level 13. Because all he does is play League and scrims and drafts, and none of that fucking counts towards EA. That's actually the funniest thing. Oh, look, these guys have wheels. That's another thing, too. The only way to make pubs harder is for them to have all the builds that we, like all the traits that we don't have. That's how you make it very, very tough. He's got wheels on while I don't, so I gotta adjust my game. He's also got big rig. And there's another guy that had, like, imagine everybody having the Connor McDavid preset build. Gosh, bro. I don't know why they added that. So glad I don't play pubs. All right, but let's see how we're playing. Yep, trap defense. Let's let them come nut. Yeah, so somebody's got a big rig and shit like that, so they may not go down as easy. Yeah, like they should never be able to enter our zone because they have literally no speed to get in, and yet they got in. Nice. Here we can just pull away. Yeah, we're fine with that. Like some of these guys, yeah, we're not gonna be able to hit them very easily, right? Just being able to keep them to the outside is all we really need to do. Once blue goes down, I go up. And then back the other way if we don't get that puck up. There it is. Nice. Take there, get in, nice. Down low. Back to the point. Oh, I try to keep it on. Yep, now we're facing as teams that can literally play whatever, however style they want and whatever how they want to do. Very strange. He's got wheels on. Oh, I try to find that sauce. Yeah, I mean, these guys are like taking clap bombs from the point with like almost no traffic in front. Or it's like they're just trying to get rebounds, I guess. Oh, look, we're playing Central. I think this is Central. Lowest ping is 14. The first Central game I played. That's the funny thing too. Whenever I play League, like I play pubs, it's almost all Central games. And then I go to League and it's like QC, or you know, East. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, let me play on 40 ping while you're on 3. Love to see that, you know. And let me stream on top of that. Let's take a look at the. It'd be very easy ups, right? Ifini. Don't we love hits in this game? Nice, get back up. Nice. Hey, look at this. Let's stand there. Let's just stand here. Like, what the fuck are they doing? This is why we trap too, just to be clear. They come to us. They have to break our trap. We don't have to force shit. Oh my goodness. How the hell did the goalie make that save? How did he even see it was coming? Man, you really step up every... Yeah, there we go. Quick up. I ain't gonna go offside. Good shot on, rebound. It's basic hockey, you know? You let them come to us. It's honestly... Really, it's a battle on who can basically enter. What is this? What was that? Third person cam? What was that? Like, it was. I want to play that all day, actually. Do we have a mode where that's all we do is like third person over your shoulder cam, where it's like bound to you, not like the, I don't know if it's like fixed or something. Where it's like when you don't have the puck, it goes like into this almost like, oh, it's like a weird like overhead cam, sort of. I want like the over your shoulder cam for like the entire map, like for the entire map, for like the entire match. Where it's like even on defense, it's just like, and then you have to like use something, kind of like the game, like what's that free Steam game Puck. Where it's like first person, you get to control the stick, which I honestly think is like a really good game for it being freaking free. That's like sometimes better puck physics than EA Sports. Insane. But like I want that type of view for like this game. Like, let's see it. That would be really funny. Bro, it's oh, he's got wheels on. And they're just pushing every play, right? He's got wheels on. Look at our goalie baiting the fuck out of him, too. They're like, wide open net. Offside. That's fucking funny as hell. Yeah, there's not much you can do with 3 shots on it, you know? Them pushing every play, not even able to get it. Although I will say, us only being up 1 goal here isn't exactly a safe lead. At any point, they could get it back if they do find a way to enter the zone. All right, there we go. Let's get something. Off the post. He's got wheels on. I think the AI plays a little bit better hockey than they do. Look at me shoving me. He's going for it. 3 seconds. Okay. Yep, this is pubs. Yeah, you guys want to go back to scrims? Like, nah, eventually we'll get to like scrims against other teams. It's just the problem is too, like there's some nights where scrims are not really popping, and then there are nights where they are, you know. Almost like there's you do scrims. So if there's anybody in chat that waited and hasn't gone in yet, I mean, this is the last game for me for the night. Only because I'm not necessarily, feeling like playing longer. First of all, there does have to be a better system in how, like, first of all, I apologize for you're not getting in and you were waiting and you were trying to get in. The problem is there's a lot of like names out there, you know, like everybody kind of has a different name for, at least some guys do. But it comes to YouTube or it comes to Discord or whatever. Like, I don't know who is what. This is also why when you do apply for esports, I need to know like what your gamer tag is, so that I know like if you are getting in, what position you're trying to try out for, and like what your name is, and I can count that for you. If you're getting in though, if you didn't get in, like there were definitely opportunities to do so. There does need to be a better way for me to sort of organize it to where it's not like we just need bodies to fill. Like I don't know if it does make sense. Not you know, to have like not necessarily just to have a 6v6 waiting room, but to have like a different waiting room for each position that you're trying to get in for, you know, like a right winger waiting room. There may be 2 guys there. There may be 1 for center, you know, so that I'm like, all right, every 2 games we got 2 guys in the waiting room. We can get those guys in after the 2 games, you know, and then whoever, you know, have it be coordinated more so on that. Because otherwise it's like we got guys randomly dropping. And then it's like, okay, well, now we need to fill. And then it's like, hey, we need a left winger, left D. And then it's like, I can play, but then they don't tell me what they play. And then it's like, okay, now what? You know, add this guy. And then they're like, all right, do I add you? Like, no, I don't know. Like, there's too much chaos going on. There isn't enough. Did the extra attacker, who goes to the box then? Interference on Viper. So the trip wasn't the call? What do you mean Viper took it? As you're diving for the guy's legs, trips the arm, the rep goes up, and then he points the Viper somehow. What the fuck? All puck, was it? Because I saw him go down. I gotta check back at that. All puck, and then you also followed through and hit his legs. It's like the length. I was thinking the same thing. He got called for something, right? I forget exactly what he was getting called for. And then they show him the play. It's like Lane Hudson didn't do nothing. Like he didn't do anything there. I don't know what they're calling. Like he got scammed. Nice play. Which extra attacker had abilities? Yeah, something EA Sports could do, right? Like you could pick a loadout, like a free, like a extra attacker loadout. Wouldn't that be something, EA? Nah, we're gonna do that 15 years down the line. Took an interference call. You got me an assist. Yeah, good play. When you get the goalie an assist, you know you're doing something right. You know? That's what we want to see. I don't know, Chad. You think that's how we could coordinate the scrims better? Because, like, to me, there were way too many names. Again, this is like one of those nights where there were way too many names of like guys saying, "Yeah, I can play," and I don't know who's in and who isn't. It wasn't clear to me. So if you didn't get in, there just has to be a better system to get you in. I didn't know you weren't getting in is kind of the main thing there. I thought you were getting in because we definitely needed a few bodies here and there, but then we're getting guys saying that they were waiting. It's like, well, I don't know. I thought you were getting in. See, and then we get these games where like the guys just push and then commit penalties left and right. This is why pubs is just so non-competitive. Wait, they gave him the goal? Or was that something else that happened? No, it's all good, Crowing. I mean, it wasn't a goalie issue. It was just a skater issue. Trying to find guys, you know? A pre-sign-up list and preset. Well, that's the thing. Because there were guys telling me that they could play earlier. Now it's kind of like, all right. You know? Awesome. And then those guys didn't. There's some guys that didn't show up. It didn't seem like, or guys saying they could play, but they couldn't play at the start. So it's like, kind of, I don't know. Like the process kind of requires a lot of people. Like there does need to be a lot of people willing to play, you know. But you know, that's at the start and then throughout if guys do drop. Like if you're talking about 12 guys that need to be in, right? 6 for each team. So I mean, that's not an easy thing to come by. And then you then also need to have like potentially one or more guys that could potentially rotate each position, right? So you may need almost close to 18 guys. And then if multiple guys back out throughout the night, I mean, you're talking about sometimes even over 20 guys that are need to be, you know, in. I mean, there weren't that many rotations where that occurred, but there was definitely almost a requirement to have over like 10 guys for tonight for the rotations that we had. You know, depending on the amount of games that we play too. Like we're starting at 7 and we're playing for like 3, 4, 5 hours sometimes. I mean that's not very easy either. I don't expect guys to play for that long, so that's why you almost need to have at least, you know, 6 guys on standby for like later nights or for later portions of the night or something. But I mean, there's not enough guys, and it's also like for the esports grind, right? There's not enough guys signed up to make that happen that can play every night, you know, or the one time per night we're trying to do it. I just think, I don't know, at least attempting to make it easier, like guys that are trying to play at 7, you know, at 7 at the start. How the fuck did that go through him? You know, guys that are trying to play at the start should like be in the voice chat, like when they're ready, be in the voice chat of the position they're trying to play. So like you know, wide open gift offside. Don't you love that? It's almost like you kind of need, like at the start of the night, you need to have essentially 2 guys in each voice chat for the position they're trying to play, right? Then we know, okay, these guys are ready to play, right? They're in the voice chat, they're ready to play. That way I can be like, all right, this is these are the assigned teams, and then we coordinate it that way. We even gave freaking Goldie a goal. And then obviously throughout the night, as soon as you then get into the lobby, you would then leave that voice chat because you're no longer waiting to get in, right? So then it's a matter of guys throughout the stream. I would have to then constantly repeat it. If you want to get in, join the voice chat of the position you want to play. And then it's like, okay, then I can see after each game, oh, I got this guy trying to get in. I got this guy trying to wait to get in. Honestly, I think that, I don't know if you guys think that's a better plan. The issue also is that it isn't a we don't have enough guys in the Discord wanting to play each night. So I'm constantly asking guys in chat who can play. So they're not even a part of the Discord. Therefore, we're getting a lot of randoms in. I think that's goalie interference though, ref. Yeah, it's goalie interference. That's a bad non-call there. Wow. That's a goalie interference there, ref. I don't think he should have touched him. It's funny because we had a call like that where the guy knocked into the goalie, wide open net. The guy's like 50 feet away from his net. Oh, he's back in. Is this a Pee-wee hockey team? Well, that's what you get when you play pubs, right? I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'll have to figure it out because like it just doesn't. It's not like a fast process. Like it's actually screwing us over. Because again, like it's a lot of guys in the chat and then in the Discord. I could play. And there's guys in chat saying, "Hey, I could play. How do I play? And I'm trying to explain it. It's like, and I don't know. There's too many guys, and then the guys like bail out because like they don't know what they're doing. You know. So I gotta like figure out a better way to coordinate it. First of all, nobody even uses the other disc, like the other voice chat. So like, yeah, I could definitely add another like basically 3 more voice chats, I think, and then have it for each like position. You know, I think that'd make. We could definitely try that for next time. Maybe if I do that for next time. But then again, it has to be clear. Like, I would have to like, if you want to get in, join the voice chat of the position you're trying to play. Like, it has to be clear, I guess. Like, I was trying to do it from like a list. Like, you know, you go to scrims and it's like an elos or something, right? How they used to do it, I think. Where it'd be one guy that creates the list, you know. It would be left wing, center, right wing, and it would be like, you guys would be like, all right, I could play left wing, I could play center. You know, you just type in the position you're trying to play, and then somebody would add your name to that list, and then you would get put into a channel that's auto created. Or I think you go to a channel, then you sign up. There's like a command to then sign your name up to that lobby or something, or to that channel, and then you would set captains, and that's how it happened. Like for me, I would just pick the guys on the team, be like, you know, kind of like how I did it before, where it's like guys on first name on the list, the guys on the left side are on my team, the guys on the right go on the other side. It's almost no different with that, right? I just don't think people understand what I mean when I say we're adding a list. Let me know what position you're trying to play. Be more strict too. Well, the problem is I don't know. There's too many guys to keep track of who's striking out. You know, like the problem is, again, it's a personnel thing. Not even, it's like from the start, right? So we don't even have. I'll start stream, and there's still not enough guys to even fill one scrim lobby. Like there's not 12 guys in the Discord ready at 7 o'clock to play. So then I turned the stream on because I was like, all right, now we need 1 or 2 guys to fill to then do it. You know what I mean? Like it's I would love to have scrims, but if we can't get it going, we can't get the personnel to get it going, we're gonna have to do it some other way, you know? Like we're gonna have to just not fucking do it that way. Find a comp team. Well, I mean, you know, I'm trying to. Here's the deal. Like, Hack Pack is not esports ready. Easy to say. If I wanted to play esports, I'm already a part of a different team in the now, right? But who knows what's gonna happen? The reason I'm doing this, first of all, is I want to give the opportunity for some other guys to sort of join in on that competitive grind, like guys that are sort of given the chance to be on more of the competitive side of Chell, because that's what I want. I want to bring guys to that competitive side. We need more guys to play, right? So like that's what I'm trying to do. I don't have to necessarily do this. I could just be like, you know, trying to find guys that are already in the grind that have played esports for years and try to link up with them, right? Like, I'm already a part of a team now playing Caps, but who knows what's going to happen after Caps, right? There's no guarantees that it becomes dedicated after that. You know, I've already had 2-3 teams go in the gutter because of just lack of commitment after the fact, right? So there's a lot of, I mean, it's just, it's really a commitment issue. Like I want to do this to sort of give guys a chance that want to commit to the grind. In my opinion, guys that are willing to put in the work to play, that's more valuable to me than somebody who maybe is already at that stage but isn't committed after one season of playing, like after one event. because it's like a last second thing that you do where it's like, hey, let's gear up now because it's 2 weeks away from the event and you're scrambling to find guys, and then you eventually do, but then it's like, oh, we didn't make playoffs. It's like, okay, well, I'm not playing with you guys next season. It's like, what was the point of even fucking playing then? You're not building towards anything. Yeah, so like again, like right now, we're just playing Fridays. Ideally, though, I would love to move these nights over to Wednesdays and Thursdays. Like, because esports is Wednesdays and Thursdays. I don't think it's ever changed. For each like major event, it's always been Wednesdays and Thursdays at 9 o'clock Eastern time start. So it's 8 o'clock my time start time, or it's 8 o'clock my time is when it starts, and it goes for potentially 3 games, 4 games maybe. So it's Wednesdays and Thursdays. Like that's the part that you would have to really commit to. But it's not even just that, right? Like that's one part of the puzzle, really. Like if you're gonna play esports, you would have to be able to at least commit to potentially 2 to 3 games outside of those days, because it's not just a matter of playing the league games. I've had esports teams where we would never scrim one time outside of the actual league games. It's like, what the you're not building chem or anything. You're just playing Wednesdays and Thursdays, and then you're done for the whole week. That's not anything. That's not good at all either. Like that's a waste of time. That's not even a grind. You're just playing for nothing. Like that's almost like LG when you just play game days, game nights, and that's it, right? Like what the hell is the point of that? Like you're not building towards anything doing that. What if it's less of a tryout, more of a thing built gradually over time by just grinding and finding fills and having those fills click in? Well, see, that's kind of what it is. Like, that's kind of what I'm doing here. This isn't going to be a night and day sort of grind where we can put together 6 guys that play well now and all of a sudden it's like, yeah, let's go and join and commit to you guys full time. It's like, I don't know anybody, you know, in terms of the schedule, like what type of, you know, anything. Like I don't know anything about the guys that I'm playing with right now, you know, in terms of when they can play, when they can't. Over time, that would eventually become clear. You know, if I see you playing constantly like that, I would know if you're committed or not. Like right now, it is something that takes time. Like I need, like right now we're in the stage where, like when we were just playing pubs, it was just to see who would show up. I got to see who's showing up before I could even say you're worth a like another look or a deeper look, you know, or you know, kind of like that. So I you know, and we've already seen guys show up for basically all 4 nights, right? The 4 times we did this. So I mean, we're at that stage where I'm still not necessarily comfortable with bringing guys to the next phase yet. Like there does need to be, I don't know, like it's kind of the whole point of what I was trying to do with the scrims was like, okay, we would play against each other. That would be better. You sick? Yeah, I'm like sick this entire week. I was sick this entire week. I didn't really even want to play tonight, but I'm like, well, I went to work the entire week, so why can't I fucking play, you know? I was playing esports sick as well, so, you know. Wasn't exactly I will be dropping the first video of that, I think Sunday. So you guys can see how we play there. Apparently you guys wanted me to do full game uploads, so I'm not gonna upload every single game. It's just gonna be like probably the best game of each series, maybe. I don't know. I don't really know exactly how I want to do it because I don't want to make, you know, it'd be like six videos each week on just a full game upload. It's like, no, we're not gonna do that. I mean, I'll go give you guys an upload, but it's gonna be of like specific games that I choose probably. while also like recapping what happened, you know, of like the previous games I don't show. But yeah, like this is almost no different than how I initially started up the esports grind with the group of guys that I played with before. We played like 3-4 months before I actually even committed to anybody, you know, because I needed to see who would show up and things like that. Eventually it will become clear who's improving, who's looking at what I'm doing and things like that. Like we haven't done any like actual breakdowns yet. I would love to see a scrim against each other where it's like, okay, we actually see a pretty decent thing, you know. I don't know. You put game uploads on a second gen. I'm not gonna do that. I'm already kind of thinned out on. I mean, it would be like uploading VODs and stuff like that. Like, I might as well damn live. Like, I might as well like just freaking live stream it then on this channel, you know. Nah, I mean, nah, I'm not gonna have 2 separate channels. It's for Chell, like it doesn't make sense. Like for NHL, it should only be on one channel. But I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. But like again, it's still like the main, like it's still the beginning stages. Like that's why I'm not really putting a hard like baseline in terms of like you have to be at this skill level right now, because I mean, there were guys that got brought up from like CHL all the way to NHL level because of the dedication that they had, right? So I mean, eventually, like if you put in the work now, not even just when we're playing here, but like outside of it and things like that, you're playing league and stuff, you'll be able to get to that level pretty like rather quickly, probably in like half the time it would take you if you did it the long way, where it's just you're just kind of playing pubs and not really giving a damn about what's going on, you know. So I don't know, it just kind of depends on what you guys want, but I'll have to figure out some better ways to get it going. I think we could definitely improve on the scrims, and then over time we could see who's showing up, who's putting in the work, and who wants to really take it to the next stage, and then I can advance the guys from that point, and then we can get into scrims and breakdowns and things like that, and then see what's up, you know, see what's up down the line. I think right now, again, I'm already in, like I'm playing caps, so I'm not gonna worry too much about what's going on here. After caps is a whole nother story. We'll see where we're at with the guys, because that's another 10 weeks away, right? We'll see what happens. It's nothing that's gonna click overnight. But as long as you're showing up, that's all you really need to do. Seed to end has happened more recently because the new game mechanics were different than a few years ago. What, just seeing more guys go from the seed to the end? I mean, I don't know about how often that happens. When I was brought up, I think it's also because I think about who you know too. And I think scouting games has kind of been put to the side, and I think the LG drafts is kind of a more clear indicator of the type of player that you are, maybe, like because it tracks the stats of those games, right? So it's, you can actually see how guys are performing in the drafts. So if you're looking at somebody, you're not going to look at their stats not just from the league, but you're also going to look at it from the from the LG draft standpoint. So you can definitely take a closer look at somebody, a more detailed analysis of somebody, just based on what they do in drafts, I guess. I mean, there is a little bit of like a gray area there, just in terms of the type of player that the type of players you're playing with, and then like you could have CHO guys on your team. You're playing against guys that are maybe, you know, all tiers ahead of you, maybe somehow, some way, right? It doesn't always happen that way, but there are some teams that are clearly better. And yeah, you're seeing it because it is a mix of everybody. Like anybody could sign up for the drafts, but that's the thing, anybody can sign up. So you could be a CHL player going against 2 or 3 NHL players, and it's like, oh wow, you get a better look that way. It's almost better than actually playing in the seat. You know, it's actually like drafts is definitely, if if you're trying to get better, drafts should be exactly what you're doing. Like, get a lot of reps in playing drafts, and you'll figure out exactly how this game is from a competitive standpoint. And then you could really, and then you could also get in good with people, right? Because you can definitely talk to them, and they can see how you're playing, and who knows, right? You may even get in with an owner, and then all of a sudden they're like, yeah, I want to place a bid on this guy. You know, so you definitely have a chance of playing against some better talent through that. That's definitely probably one of the best things that they did add. Because before it was like you had to do scouting, so you had to join a scouting Discord that owners would make, and then you would have to schedule with the owner when you could play. You know, and then they would be like, yeah, we're running scrims. You know, this day at this time. It's like, oh yeah, I can play, and then it's like that's how you did it. So it's kind of funny, you know, a little bit different when I was doing it initially when I was on the sea and I was trying to get some looks. In the end, I had to get my GM owner or whatever from the sea to actually put in a good word for me in the end to even get a bid. Like it was, or to even get drafted. It was like weird. I played I think 1 or 2 games with those guys, and they're like, yeah, we're gonna draft you, I guess. You know, like, oh okay. But then they immediately sent me down to the A, and it's like, oh, okay. So it's like that. But nah, I don't know. It was a good experience though, regardless. But yeah. All right, I think that's good enough. So yeah, I don't know. I'll figure out what I want to do with the Discord and stuff like that again. I mean, it's another trial. This is the second day we did scrim, so I don't expect it to be like outstanding. But yeah, so I appreciate everybody who stopped in. Again, there's a feedback channel where you could basically say whatever's on your mind, any ways of improving the Discord or even improving the channel, like whatever it is you want to say. You could definitely put it in there, and then I can, you know, we could definitely talk about it. So don't be afraid to say whatever is on your guys' minds, man. I mean, you guys could definitely talk to me. You know, even if I turn you down, it's still an opinion that's out there, right? And other guys could chime in. So, but yeah, I appreciate everybody who stopped in. I'm gonna get some rest, and I'll catch you guys next time.